Catman11234 said you're muted or my end is fucked.
Lone Syndicate said no audio grin.
Catman11234 said we got game audio now.
Test? Alright. Oof. Golly. Why do every time you update your computer, it's like, oh, everything's set back to default. Everything is just breaks immediately. What a bunch of bastards. Anyways. Hey, gang. Yeah, hopefully the stream runs well. Yeah, that's not good. It's still not connecting to the server. Why? Yeah, it's also so... Yeah, we should just stop. We're not going to be able to run on Twitch. Internet's bad. It's so bad. Of course, we get it fixed. Yes, baby hands. More like, you know, born a little broken, but yes. One sec. Let's see. Okay, yeah, gang. Oh man, I still see a ton of frames dropped. I don't know if we're gonna be able to stream today, gang, because it's kind of been like this the whole time. I could unplug and re-plug in my modem. I think you guys can hear me now, at least. Huh. We'll loop this, I guess. Yeah, it's still running pretty bad. Huh. We got auto, yeah, but is it running pretty crappy? I see we only have like 9 upload. Yeah, it says like 800 frames dropped. So it's like a PowerPoint presentation, I'd imagine. Yeah, this is tough. It's the reason why I'm like, why is it moments like this? I guess I could just restart my modem, I guess. But yeah, no, but I don't want to have to re-engage all my things. Man, no stream lag, really? Oh, really? It's quite smooth. Okay, if it's quite smooth, then we're good. We're good. We don't have to worry about too many things. Who? King says, I'm confused. I had multiple notifications for multiple games. What you mean? Weird, King. Audio and video appears to be stable. Okay, good. Hopefully it stays that way. I'm a little worried that when we jump in, it's going to get real dicey. Because I think it's whenever there's movement. Like video game movement stuff. Yeah. Even playing this is looking rough. This. Oh, we ready to play some Wayfarers, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I'm late. Sorry for the chaotic start. I had to update my PC, so it decided to die. Decided to be like, I'm out, and we're done. And it's like, all right, jeez. All right, gee. But we are back in Wayfinder. Guys, a lot of this stream is going to be me downright clueless. I haven't played this game in probably, I don't know, what it was, like 2 months, 3 months? Maybe less? Probably less. Yeah, I also don't know how co-op's gonna go, because my internet's, like, the worst. Play solo is completely offline mode. You cannot find parties. Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little laggy. Why? Okay, it's balanced out. It's balanced out a little bit. How do I play this game? It's just gonna be a mess of. So we have light attack, heavy attack, spins. We also have another weapon. We have a dodge. Very cool. We only have a limited amount of them, but still. Cat says, Fluff, get on so he can find his way. Well, actually, I don't know, man. That's like today, the internet's so shitty that I'm not sure we'll be able to do that today. Which probably for the best because I'm going to be like stumbling through everything. Maybe that's actually worse. But anyways, isn't there multiple weapons in this game? So we hit that to do that. Is that a block? Or am I a stamina? Wait, the stamina come back and we do one of these? Okay, I guess it's like a parry. RT does nothing. RB does nothing as well. I guess you can only hold one weapon at a time, and I was like, these daggers, why not? But what did I use last time? I thought it was a gun. I thought I used the shotgun, which was great. But it's also kind of aging. Oh, what do we do? Is that we also have this weird thing, the Arc Storm. What is that? Looks cool. Oh, right, we used it. It's just kind of a giant gun. I fucked up the reload. I love the Gears of War reload, man. I wish more games had it. All right, let's go back to good old shotgun. Oh, this one is a poison one, but I think shotgun is kind of goated, especially the double barrel. Apparently there's 4 shots in this 2-shot barrel thing, but hey. Also, we have, what's the combination again? Daggers have oh, I see. Yeah, so what was the thing? We gotta affect people with our splooge, our gloom. We gotta gloom on some people, and then we gotta...
Catman 11,234 said, how was your day, my main grin man, and your Sunday?
It was pretty good, man. To me, I spent the whole day damn well making... It takes such a long time to make thumbnails that like even look like shit good, but like not like just okay basically. I started doing
Raid said, "Hi Grin, how are you
What's
today,
good,
my friend?"
man? Hopefully you're having a good day, Raid. How was your just like Kat asked me, how was your Saturday and today going? Hopefully good. Also, I don't have my other coffee, but hopefully this will be enough. Ooh, nice haircut, by the way. Thank you so much, Kat. Appreciate the sentiment. Again, you guys, when you see me on Monday, you see me fresh cut and all that stuff. But, what's good, Nong? But, yeah, man, making thumbnails.
Syndicate said ready for an invite.
I don't know if we're going to be able to play today, because my internet's, like, really terrible to the point where it's constantly fluctuating from, like, 12 kbps to like that. And we've already dropped 1,325 frames. We could try. I'm already getting weird leg spikes, so I don't know. But yes, for right now, let me try to figure out what to do, because I forget how to play this game. It sucks because we just got to the end game and then we stopped. So brutal. Like, we're gonna be absolutely lost. Also, we have this cool horse thing. So those guys do not know, by the way, this game was made by some of the devs that made Darksiders, so if you think it looks similar to Darksiders 2, yeah. But this was also a game that has quite the story. I don't even know how to really describe all of it, but yes. Yeah. So it's basically like a mixture of Darksiders and Borderlands, I guess is a good way to put it. Raid says, I'm tuned in at the perfect time. I'm just about to eat dinner. Ooh, dude, that's crazy. Your dinner time is 3 p.m. for me. That's wild. I guess there's only some people who eat dinner at like, normal people eat dinner I think at like 5 or 6, right? I eat dinner at around like 8 because I want it to be the last thing I do all that day. Because when I eat food, I kind of get like spent, you know? Reach! Damn it! Damn! Shotgun's good. Aim, damn you! I want just my... Oh my god, holy shit. I want just a shotgun that really has 2 shots and like a fast reload speed. That way it kind of benefits from you getting after it and then stopping. Let's do one of these.
Lone Syndicate said Rivals update made it to Diamond 2, also currently learned Bucky.
Nice! Very cool! We're fighting giant colossuses that I don't even know if we're meant to be fighting. Chill! There's a special damage bonus, I believe, when I melee this. A little bit of lag spikiness, but hey, you know, it's honestly rough, but hey. All right, let's touch base. I kind of get the combat a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm doing my skills properly, but hey. Let's pause, re-chat, take in this majestic horse lizard, yes, thing. Oh, you having grilled cheese, dude? That sounds delicious. I had some noodles, like thick, like actual restaurant noodles with some delicious sauce on it, with some chicken in there, and it was such a good lunch. I didn't crash from it. For whatever reason, these noodles are special, and now I don't just immediately gano, you know? Also, King says, oh, wait, is it for different days? I read wrong. Okay, okay. A cat says, how's your day going? Everyone said, hi, it was good. My day was decent, celebrating my mom's birthday, so I'm going to have to dip out for a bit. Lost my rank on Rise. Recommend reconnected online. Okay, so internet came back a little bit. Lost my rank in Rise of Rona, which I'm not too mad about. It was nice to have it for a bit, and we're back to offline mode. Okay, that's gonna be really annoying for it to keep popping up. But it was nice to have it for a bit. Now I'm chilling, dude. Happy birthday to your mom. I'm sure she's a wonderful, lovely, and brilliant lady. Raid says I'm turned in a perfect time. I'm just eating dinner. Eating without YouTube will reduce your lifespan by a year or more, Raid, so that's good. Eating without YouTube, dude, I sometimes have my food get cold because I'm like, I need to watch the perfect thing. And it's funny because there are certain channels that fall into like that category, which I don't know if it's a compliment or not, but it's kind of like this just filler. It's like that's not too much going on, but it's just enough. I don't know. I feel like, to me it'd be a compliment. To me it'd be like, hey, I don't need to pay attention enough, but it needs to be like a 20 to 30 minute video because it's 10 minutes. I ain't eating that fast. Unless it's like a grilled cheese that you can really like inhale. Flo said, I'll try and help troubleshoot after my shower. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything we can troubleshoot. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's just this stable internet connection. Maybe like you mean like just tell me like where the fuck to go. But yes. Right now, we are off to, again, before the whole first couple of streams are probably going to be me, like, pausing after the stream and, like, looking up what the hell we should do. But for right now, I thought we would embrace the, like, what? Oh, wow, this game is beautiful. Like, it's like experiencing this game all over again. We're going to go to the Gloom Grave mode. Can I teleport? I thought there was an intricate, like, get the fucking, just, you know, we got to go through this. I guess not. Do we have the right gloom essence to do this? I don't know. There is a
Bolty
teleporter.
said, sup my fellow finder of ways.
Let's go, Bolty. Are you also playing? Oh, I don't know if we'll be able to play it today. We might, because it just keeps pinging me off and on with.
Raidnade said embracing the chaos.
Thing. It crashed. It crashed. Okay. Well, sure, sending clothes. It crashed. Doesn't bode well for us playing. I wonder what it is. Is it something like in the background of my computer that didn't close properly? Is like taking assets? I don't think so. It does not bode well, gang. But hey, you know, who could possibly want better internet? Kind of weird to want that. It's still not letting me play it. I gotta stop it, I guess. Like, you know, when Steam is like, it's still running, but I'm like, no, it's not. It kicked me out. So we'll hit stop. Anyways, gang, this stream might be us playing like 10% Wayfinder. Warning, we are unable to sync Wayfinder with the stream. Yeah, sure, it's fine. Just play anyways. It's it's a mess. Anywho. And it might just be us shooting the shit because internet's that bad. And the internet's bad again. Yep, we're down to red. We're in the red, gang. It's not as bad when it's like this, but as soon as we start playing video games and there's like actually it should be pretty bad because these are like the background is like a moving thing. I don't think it's as bad as like actual constant movement when you're like playing a first person game and every like pixel is changing. But anyways, let's jump back into actually I should probably jump in there first. This is me, continue, play offline mode. I was going to say, hey, stop trying to connect to online because we can't. We will eventually play, hopefully, unless my internet's just like, hey, for this one bracket of time, no good internet. Which is shitty because I thought I set up a lot of co-op games this week. So, anyways, we're back. It's like nothing ever happened.
Whatever the cost, you will be avenged.
Wow, thanks.
Little Echo.
Hello, the hidden heart.
You have overcome chaos and greed and unraveled Otterok's deception. It takes much to impress me, Echo.
Damn, you beat the final boss? The Digimon game you played?
It is a beginning.
Sorry, that was an insult to you. If push comes to shove, perhaps it's a hangout stream. Yeah, maybe. And we all, well, I think Thursday would make the most sense for that one because
Yes. I sense Otterok's touch and the scent of marrow. Now, let me follow the winding essence and... Oh, how resourceful. I grant you that, my king. Otterok didn't trust him.
Okay. Maybe it's like an online, like a web browser thing. Let's close the web browser. We'll have to go without that for a time. Just close without sending. Also, did I not toggle it back to face cam or to like? Anyways, the game crashed, by the way. Maybe look at your CPU usage. Could be that. My CPU usage is 0, at least now. It could be like weird memory leak things you could be referring to. Yeah, Steam is still taking up 26 memory because I guess it's fighting something demons. Close that, I guess. Yeah, well, so this is awkward. We're just kind of in silence. This is the problem of not having a game on in the background and all of that. Hey, we didn't sync normally last time. Yeah, you think? You crashed. It crashed again, just by opening it for 1 second. What? Odd that it's crashing. Not sure if the last patch caused an issue. Yeah. It's now not even letting me open up the game. Perhaps I should let it, like, just stay there for a bit? What a good start to the day. Yeah. In hindsight, probably should have tried to like play Wayfarer on Sunday, but I had a lot of things I was actually trying to wrap up so that I could have like come into this week chill. But then the internet's like, what if that never happened? And you're like, great. Play anyways? All right. We're loading it again. Fingers crossed. Epilepsy warning. Yeah, I don't know what it could be. Time for Task Manager to look if it is still active. Yeah, it could have been that. Offline mode, yes. We might have to play Zenless or Wuwa, which would be a good test to see if it's like the internet fluctuating that's constantly getting it to like freak out, because I think that might be it. If maybe, can I stick it in offline mode because it keeps trying to ping to online mode when it comes back online. I think that could be causing problems because it's trying to like connect and disconnect, and then it could be causing an error. how does one say I don't want to play online, at least for right now? We'll try it probably like an hour in, just so we can kind of get the momentum going. Does anyone know how to turn it off? The online mode, I mean. Time to for task manager to look at active stuff and then kill the pro. Yeah. Good old task manager. Ooh. A shower, gang. I'll be back later. Ooh, we're gonna get a fresh shower, dude. I'm already starting to sweat. Reminds me, I need to see how long Brant Banner has left. Dude, Raid, he's one. I still playing this character, and I'm still thinking that, like, it's just so fun. Might need to switch Steam to offline mode. Oh, is that how that works? That's how it will stay on offline mode? Gotcha. Let's go full face cam. It's weird. Hope I can do it in this and not have to. It is in offline mode. But I clicked it again, so hopefully now it stays in offline mode. But yeah, what do you call it, Braid? Brant, he's like, his gameplay, man, is still so fun. Like, it's not even, but like, I don't think it's gonna ever not be fun, because like you can, like, Brant recovers his, you know how like intro skills are a thing? Brant gets them like in split seconds. Like, it's funny because people say like it's like his recharge set, which is definitely his best, but it's also so nice. Like, for instance, if there's ever a character that like gets a stack and they're really hard to get stacks based on their intro skill, you can just switch to Brand, use it for like a split second, get their like that little like circle on the right beside the left of their health bar full, and then just swap into any character and you get their thing. But he gets it like in split seconds, which is just so cool to like. People call it quick swap, but it just. He just feels like a character that, like, it's fun to, like, be like, and now it's in your court, and now it's in my court, kind of thing. The only thing I think he could be kneecapped by is people who have, like, various particular buffs that, like, require you to use them a lot, you know? Like, as soon as you switch off, you reduce the buff. But I don't know if there's many characters in the game that actually have something like that, with it maybe exception being Encore. But she even just has such a small window of time anyway. Why switch over, you know? But quickly, before things go to shit.
Little
Hello.
You have overcome
Yes.
Arturok didn't trust his war-bear's heart to just any chest. He used primal power to create a unique monster to guard his prize, a grand deceiver.
Whoa, good art, buddy. Sorry, I didn't say that sooner. I seen it. It was really cool, bud. I seen. Yeah. Look, that one actually, again, to me, I almost like. It sounds weird, but I think like art to me is almost the most interesting at that stage, because your brain can kind of like fill in the gaps, because it sees like the core idea of what you have rather than like the complex detail, which always to me seems like it could go either way. Like it requires so much like weird knowledge about all these things, and then you can also just have like a bad day and things don't pan out. But just seeing like the outlines and stuff like that were really cool. Also, kind of crazy as always, but at this point we don't need to say that. But yeah, very voluptuous, we'll say.
You must hunt this grand deceiver and rip Marrow's essence from its lifeless maw.
You got Phoebe too?
Only then will you be ready to challenge the Reaver King.
Damn, man. I was about to say, right, on top of Withering Waves, it kind of, I feel like turned out better for, like, if you skip Phoebe, because apparently Phoebe and Zani are going to probably could be coming back in the same, like, banner cycle, which kind of makes me sad, because Zani's going to be fucking far away. But it's also, people are not sure about that, but I'm a little worried, because I really hope they don't make it so that, like, Phoebe and Zani are almost, like, made together. Like, a lot of the characters in this game have been, like, so good that you don't really need the other character. Like, they help, but they're not necessary. You know, they're still, like, plenty efficient without each other. I feel like in Zenless, sometimes characters, like, really need each other to feel like, oh, fuck, now you're finally doing what you're supposed to do. But in Wither Waves, it's usually been pretty good. But I feel like with Phoebe and Zani, they're like, hey, you really like this character that looks like crazy, and she has battle damage all over her back when she enters her next stage? And she uses a shield, which, dude, I hope so badly Zani's broken, because I just want to play like a shielder who like uses shielder at like a shield as a weapon, almost like Brass Knuckles and shit, except not like two shields like a psychopath, like in I forget what it was. All these games did it. Crazy people. Thank you. You have a quest for me, and it's not voiced. My favorite, so I can skip by it. Oh no, I completed that quest. Nice. Dodge. Leave. Yes. I really hope we can get to the point in this week of playing Wayfarer to, like, get to a thing that lets me start, like, farming out legendary weapons. Because right now, I feel like we kind of have always had a blue weapon, and they always give me like purples that are like, these are a pair of purple daggers or knife, shield maybe, and I'm like, I use guns, dog. They're like, guns are significantly, again, who would have thought? Range, the quick reload mechanic that makes it super satisfying to play with guns. Yeah. Also, what's good, Lord? How are you, buddy? Lord says, yo. Grin, well, my mission is complete. In Monster Hunter Wilds, I am rank 102. Oh my god. Dal Mat en Delamat. Okay. Something. Let's say adamantine or some shit. Some high level craziness. Gotcha. Wild. That's probably, how long does that take? Is that the highest of the high? I imagine. Is there like end game and then there's like bragging rights and then you were deep into the bragging rights, or is that end game? Also, Lone says. Also, is the text to speech not working? Shit. The internet might be so spotty that, yeah, it's still in the red. It's still in the red. Guys, this might be a podcast stream that just happens to have some blurry gameplay in the background. All right. Alone says, I started drawing Pulchra, did a sketch of her at work. I'll send it to the tablet. Ooh, nice. It does look like it's not working.
Lord Blazefire 1985 said, Yo Grin, well, my mission is complete. In MH Wilds, I'm Hunter rank 102 Dalmatians.
So with the slow internet.
Lone Syndicate said I started drawing Pulchra, did a sketch of her at work. I'll send that to the tab later.
Bang.
McFlufferkin said there's a lot less options for guns, especially shotguns, but you'll open up variety after story.
Yeah, it's not even about I just hope this game has like unique legendary effects that aren't just like buffing stats. But even if it's just buffing stats, it'd be just cool to have like the thing I want is I hope we get to a point in this week where I can actually like farm a dungeon that like gives you weapons, and then have like, even if I have to farm it 100 times or some shit, I hope I could just get the weapon that's the right level for that I want to use. The game continues to give me weapons I just don't use, and they're like the highest level, and I'm like, well, great. And I think it's trying to get you to like use different weapons, but I'm like, I've used them. I don't like the way they feel. But I also, to that point, I also hope that there's like legendary effects where it's like, when you score a critical hit, there's a chance that you recover a shell or something. Like it's something that actually feels like it's substantial that you could gamify. Maybe every time you get a kill, you increase your fire rate, like things like that. So like you don't need to have the weapon look cool or crazy, but hopefully there are effects that make them feel good and not just like every time you kill something, you get 10% more damage, stacks up to three times, and you're like, come on, man, be more creative than that. Anyways. Let's see. How do I fast travel again in this? L1, there we go. Where does it want me to go? Do I not have anything equipped? It says craft the thing. Okay. Nope, we gotta go into our map. This. Do we go back to like the spire? Yes, that would work. Raid says, but now I'm super broke, so I might have to skip Brant. Dude, he's a bad skip. Outside of the fact that he's a dude, which is a big negative to a lot of people, his gameplay is like chef's kiss. Like it's so fun, and it also doesn't help that it probably does help that I have Chang Li, so it's like, man, like it's when you're playing a character and you're like, this dude. Again, I like the weird trend that they have basically made in the game where it's like, if it's a dude, at least now...
Lord Blazefire 1985 said Dalmatian is a breed of dog.
Oh, Dalmatian. Oh, I see. Gotcha, Dalmatian. That makes more sense. Sorry. I've never read that word written down, so that makes sense. I'm also trying to think of like some sort of badass word that like means like adamantite or slayer or something like that. So to hear that the rank 102 is Dalmatian or something is wild. But now I'm super broke, which sucks because he's pretty good. Yeah. I think he's also like, there's characters that are good, but they're not fun. He's fun, you know? He's fun and like great longevity. But what I was about to say, by the way, is I really like the weird trend that like Brant or like dudes in the game that they sell so poorly that they're like, let's buff up those numbers. And it's like, yes. Every time I teleport, I hear like all the weird sounds. But hey, make craft, bang. Will we be able to kill him, or are we too weak? Honestly, I don't know. We were playing co-op last time, and I felt like we were getting carried, so we will see. but yes, this... Does it tell you? There's like a quest system where we can just go inventory quests, and I thought you could just say, like, take me to this location. Maybe not. My brain is incredible in the sense that I can just discard information completely. And I'd like to think it comes back, but it might just be forever like, whatever, learn again. That's just not a funny thing, but I just think it's, yeah. Yeah, see, this is going to be tough. Power rating is meant for us to be within that range. We'll try it out. It might be go poorly, but... Oh, it's cold. It's too hot to wear a sweater, too cold to wear not a sweater. I said that backwards, baby. There's a lot less options for guns. Mythical hunts are mostly the end game grind, repeating bosses and bounties to unlock higher rarities from most weapons. Gotcha. He was making a pun. 102 oh. Yeah. Right over my head. Puns rarely work when I'm like, I start the sentence off kind of being confused because it's about Monster Hunter Wilds. So like, I'm like, I already know nothing about this, so I don't know what's real. So you take everything as kind of real. So, but yes. He was making a pun. There's some Japanese players that got their HR to 999 within the first week or two. People are insane. People need to stop. Like, are they having fun? I mean, maybe. I feel like there's that point where, like, that can't be that enjoyable, you know? I don't mean to be the fun police, but at some point you're like, man, I don't know if I've ever found something that I could do for 12, 18 hours straight. Like, back to back to back, day after day, you know what I mean? Like, 18 hours? Why? I don't know if I love our guy just screaming at me. Can we turn... Well, no, I have to keep voices up because yeah. The sound audio is always horribly mixed in these games. You're always not hearing shit. So do I have a sprint? I do. What's this about? Everything is new, but somewhat familiar. Do. What's this? Nothing. Great. Is there also a... Yeah, there is. I forgot. There's one of these. Does nothing, but looks cool. Lord says, I admit it. I did make the... I love the pretext. I admit it. I did it. Also, guys, Chair is going to be here Wednesday. Do you guys want to know some fun stuff? So if those guys need cop to speed, I'm on this journey to find a chair that doesn't make me feel like I want to rip my spine out of my back. Anyways, also, yeah, yeah. Anyways, so you all help me settle on a nice chair. It's going to be here Wednesday, hopefully. But I was reading the reviews. Actually, how I did it to find the best option was to basically cross-reference all of the chairs that I thought were looked promising, and just throw them into ChatGPT and said, "Hey, could you go through all the reviews and tell me the positives and negatives of what the people are saying?" Kind of like the collective whole. And Amazon kind of does that, but just not very well of seeing the exact problems. It just kind of says durability, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? But the ChatGPT will specifically be 4 or 5 users mention something about the armrests being kind of degrading over time or something like that. Anyways, so that's why I basically decided on the one that I was going to choose. Also the one that seemed like the best pick also, so it kind of aligned with what I was feeling. But I was looking at reviews because I've already ordered it, so I'm like, tonight I'm just going to scroll through some of the higher end reviews to see if I did, just to make me feel better about not making a bad choice. But in one of the reviews, it opens up not for tall people.
Lord Blazefire 1985 said, "I'm chilling right now and cooking spinach Alfredo."
Ooh, spinach Alfredo. Man, that sounds too adventurous for me. Spinach and yeah, a pasta, I think. I'm not sure. But I'm sure the way you make it is going to be delicious, Lord. I was going to say though, so yeah, I was looking at this review and it said, great chair, not very great for tall people. And I went, like fucking basketball tall though, right? Like 7 foot some shit, no? Something like that. I look and he's just if you're a 6 foot male, It doesn't quite, the neck thing, even at the highest possible point, doesn't quite reach. And I was sitting there like, fuck. And then he talks about his girlfriend who's like 5'4" in the review, and like she could use it perfectly fine, so I just gave it to her. And I'm sitting there like, shit, shit. And I'm like, surely I could, maybe it'll be fine. I'm a little worried. It might just be, guys, we might be fated to never have a neck support. We might just be that guy. It's not in our fate. I wish it was. My neck would love to, like, when I'm watching a video and trying to decompress, to do one of these. But unfortunately, I might just have a long neck. I thought I had a small torso, and then I sat on this, and then I got my dad to sit on it too, and my dad's sitting there like this. Like, this is such a nice chair. And I'm like, great, that's great. And then I sit on it, and I'm like, I clear the whole thing so my head is looking up. Anyway, hopefully, that guy is just probably like a 6'3" or 4" kind of guy, you know? Hopefully he's like a weird Shaq man. You know, like everybody who doesn't overinflate their height. Chill out.
Lord Blazefire 1985 said, well, it's St. Patty's Day. So I'm eating some greens.
Ooh.
Broccoli Alfredo is next
Is
time.
it St. Patty's Day? No way. Oh, buddy, I was not that close to you. This is a problem. We're not doing great damage, and this character is it's just so susceptible to everything. That's fun. Isn't that fun? He's also he's a fucking, like, close range character. Fucking really. And he can just miss so easily. Void powers are so cool, and then we're dead. We're basically dead right now. Oh my god. My only strat is run away and just keep massive distance, even though we have a shotgun. So it's a little rough. Oh, this is my one moment. Oh, I don't have enough for my thing. What's happening? Ooh. Oh, he's a fake chest. I bet there's some shit that I gotta pay attention to with that. I really don't want to use my big pooba on him. Chill out. Why did I do that? Why did it switch around like that for me? Don't do your weird shit. That's the cool part about the shotgun. There's like just a chain gun thing. Man. I wish there was a stagger. We're also so under-leveled. There's like skulls on him, which is not a good thing. Yes! Is it a weapon that can help me? Alright, which one's the false one? Is there some sort of sign? That one looks pretty legit. That one's got some green schmutz on it. I think it's the same thing. They're both the same thing. Great. It's the right one. We got it. We're the best. Chill out. 2 slashes. Get out of dodge. There we go. Get out of dodge. Oh, thank God we hit him. I was about to say, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Ow. Well, guys, this is gonna be a death by 1,000 cuts kind of boss fight. Just slowly but surely, doing work. You know what I mean? Thank you for the healing. Ooh. Thankfully, we do have some self-heal through our slashes or something. Did he hit me? Oh no, oh no. Oh man. This one? Nope. Ah. It's a fake. It's also a beefy boy. Ah, why are you so tanky? Stop. Please tell me I heal from... Thank God. I do heal from that, so we should just let that rip. He's still not dead. What a piece of shit. We really need to switch to the one guy. As much as this guy is a total badass, he looks awesome. He's the Grim Reaper type vibe. You like Dark Souls, you're probably going to love him. Unfortunately, it's just not the play. He does not seem as strong as the guy who's like the base default Grenader guy, who is awesome. They all look the same. Oh, but this one jiggles. Ah, but that's a bad sign. Jiggling means not real. Chill out. Oh. I know it's riveting. This is the best gameplay you've ever seen in your life. I'm aware. The good news is we do have a sustain kind of build where we're like healing through our hits, so we're able to just kind of slightly endure, but thank God there's not a time limit. I really hope. Oh, we just got money. Okay, good. One of these things are going to move. Do you have to like not look at them? Okay, okay. So they're temperamental. Okay, that one's the fake. This one's the real one. Nope, okay, I guess it doesn't, nothing means nothing. Oh, there's that one over there. Fuck, I didn't, god damn it. So we don't want the one that shakes? Ain't that some bullshit? Ow! I think I did the wrong movement there. Woo, that was not bad. All right. Try me. Move. Can we really pick all of the ones but the right one? Okay, thank God. Oh, why does he go to the middle? This. Thank God. That actually was not a bad play. Oh, that hurt so much. Ooh. Stamina, please. It didn't help that I also invested a lot into ability damage. Oh, he kept me, damn it. The motherfucker has 3 phases. What's good, Mega? Mega's also Dex. Dex says, I still watch your Let Die videos. The GOAT, thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. Oh, God. Very nice thing to say. Ooh. Come on, detonate. Do your thing. Oh, I don't have any stamina. Oh, that was a bad idea. I want the one that's not hippity hopping around. Oof. Okay, which one? The least hoppy one. None of them are moving. Really? That one's moving. That one's not it. That one's not it. That one's not it. That one's not it. It's these two. It's this one. Surely it's this one. It was this one. I'm the greatest. Okay.
McFluffican said normally mimic chest shake when you're far away, but the other giveaway is the studs on the backside of the lid.
Oh, there's studs. Ah. Please die. Please die. We're so close. Watch him have another phase. I just want to put a bullet in my head, you know? Oh, okay. That's awesome. I love that ability for the shotgun. I wish he could stack it better. Oh. Die! Are you kidding me? Fucking die. Thank you.
Don't expect congratulations for simply doing what had to be done. Return to Deepwood Holt.
Please give me a
The
weapon that I
king
use.
is vulnerable, and we must strike quickly.
Please give me a weapon. Just a weapon. Just a weapon that I could, in fact, use. No? Ooh, an anvil trinket. Okay. Great. Wait. Something. I could do a charm. Lantern. That's kind of cute. Dodging in combat leaves behind traps. Okay. A ring. Is that a weapon? Nope. That's a thing. Okay. Okay. Well. Hey, we did it. I think. Well, that's the other thing. We're pretty boned, aren't we? Like, I don't know if can we switch to this guy. This is the guy who I think is just going to probably be, if I'm honest, I think he's the best character in the game. He might not be. I'm sure when you get to endgame, like a boss have so much health that you need to like dump out damage.
So here you are, at last.
Yes.
Damn.
Death has come for you, old witch. You should not have betrayed me.
You betrayed us all, Otterrock. You destroyed our people.
I raised them up, changed them as I will change this world.
No, all that awaits you is death and despair.
I am the king who cannot die, old woman. And I have the power of the ancients. I have sunk my claws into your jailer's beacon. Soon, its power will be mine. And I will reshape the world as I remade our people.
I will not allow it!
That is why you must die.
What he says, she gives Ludwig vibes. Yeah. Living armor thing. What was I going to say also, Kat says, something I learned last night was that Lord Beerus from Dragon Ball Z is the same person who played Krieg in BL2, VA-wise. That's insane. Yeah, but it's always crazy whenever you see like any voice actor who does anything. It's like, oh wow, you do everything. You get like any person who, well, first of all, there's often like, it's insane how there's like 6 voice actors like that just do everything like crazy. Apparently, it's a very like tight knit kind of like little culture, etc. community. But yes, also before we continue with the main quest, is there like quests around here that I can just bum around and do? Quests. Let's take a break from the main story stuff, unless it's given some cool stuff. But also, we didn't get a weapon from that, right? Just gonna double check. Also, man, why can't I look like this, but then just not tap into the Garbo powers? Because the powers are pretty Garbo. Yeah, see, this is the guy that I think is gonna be giga powerful. This is the guy I used in the thumbnail a lot, but he's kind of just your traditional meleeer. In fact, I think it would be hilarious watching him using a gun. Just like a giant ass thing. I'll be back time for dinner. Enjoy your dinner, Cap. I think that's either Darren Nat VA of the voice of the Hall of Clay. Oh, okay. Today is indeed Green Beer Day. Oh, it is.
McFlufferton said, I
No,
think
no.
that's either Darren
Yeah.
DePaul, Reinhardt, or the VA that usually voices Hulk lately.
Okay, that's good to know, by the way. The internet speed is dependent on how fast that message gets said. Yeah. What I was gonna say, Fluff, is there a thing where I can like dump resources into a person to level them up? Maybe we shouldn't do it too soon. Yeah. Maybe we should try to hold true for just a little bit longer. Let's see. We got daggers on daggers, man, but no guns. I don't have any rifles either. Lame. I wonder if the rifle is better, though, because you can theoretically hit headshots.
McFlufferkin said there is. Caches in the top right in the main character screen.
So you click this, and then...
What are you waiting for?
And then would you, like, hit, Is it, Echo? No, it'd be abilities, right? Yeah, I can't buy them. Again, this is stuff that you definitely told me all before, but I just have no memory of what this game is. You know? I remember this. I also remember you telling me how to, like, level them up. I just don't know what... R1? Is that it? How many of these should I use on him? Even if we dump all of them in him, I don't know if we're gonna get to like 32 like we were with the other person, which is tough. Which is tough. Do we have any cool skins for him? Can't we make him look like extra badass? His armor is kind of... Ooh, what's that? Ooh, why is his forearm like that? Ew. Oh, I'm not equipping it. Right, there's a style feature. That's all I care about, the style aspect of it. Let's see. Head. Dreads. I'm not a fan of the dreads. This don't look terrible. look great either. Honestly, kind of looks the best. Well, maybe not best, but acceptable. I kind of fuck with the dreads. This is base skin. Why does he have the midriff? The midriff with the weird, like the strap lines? I don't know what that's about. Why can't I tell him to not have that? Can we say no? Sir, please, put a like a big backpack that covers that up. Nope. Can we not? Okay, we can. It's a shirt issue. We do not want crop top. None of that. Not for your boy. This looks a little more colorful. I don't love it. Well, hopefully we'll get better gear for him, but like none of his gear has looked super provocative cool, you know? Just kind of looks fine. I think we'll go back to the face mask. Yeah. I wish I just didn't have the crazy hair. Let's go back to the one character. We'll probably use him for just a little bit longer, and then we'll move on. But for right now, let's just do some storytelling stuff. Actually, if anyone wants to jump on right now, I know some people are probably just logged off because you're like, all right, I guess we're not playing together. But it might work. We could try it. I don't know how I go to like invite people. But yes, it might have balanced out better. But it also might not have, so it's kind of a toss-up. Let's start doing stuff like this. Ask track quest. Can I untrack this? Yes. Let's not do this just yet. Actually, yeah, we should. We should wrap this up because apparently if we give her something, we'll get something back. Where is the thing? Lady, sorry, not to, I mean rude. All the way up here. Can we travel in there? Hopefully. Oh. We talked to the creepy hag raven lady. Hello? Sorry, that was really rude.
What is... Otterock! Otterock! How dare he?
How dare he? Are you alright?
How dare he? How dare he? I am the voice of the ancients. I serve those older than the world itself. I placed the petrified crown upon Otterock's brow. And now, this... He was a hero once. A servant of the ancients. This is work of the gloom your people unleashed. You set this corruption in motion.
The gloom. Those sweet, sweet words. Oh, have I missed them.
Then you should have fought harder.
Boaty's 100% right. Ludwin vibes for sure.
Yes, yes. Ugh. I can still feel the touch of Otterock's tainted. You will be my weapon. You have no choice. The Reavers threaten us all, and my path is the only one that leads to victory.
I was about to say, this is the most...
But do not think I will love you for it. You are my tool. Nothing more.
I was about to say, you look like the most we should not help you person ever. It's like, yeah.
Do you know what you are, little Echo? Memory wrapped in threads of spirit. You are a tapestry of all those you have destroyed. Yeah. I will leave Marrow's essence into your shell. Like so.
I feel hungry, muted rage.
Yes. Now Marrow's heart is a part of you, and your blade will strike true. You must still slay both bear and king at once, but if you do, you will kill the king who cannot die.
Ooh. As many as you want to use. Yeah. So there, I'm not sure if we get more.
Otterock is in the heart of the woods. He defiles it with his presence. And yet, I can feel the wards he has raised, strengthened by its ancient power. Even I cannot breach those barriers. Corrupted as he is, I still believe some part of my king remains within.
Got it.
Seek Kolar the Beastmaster. He trained both Otterock and Marrow, and is second only to the king.
Needs dialogue.
Yeah.
If you can defeat him, Otterock will have to answer your challenge.
Good voice actor, but when there's a good voice actor doing the dialogue, it's awful because then when they're just shitting on you and they're like, you're nothing but a tool and an echo of nothing. I don't have any love for you. And you're like, what? If it's bad voice acting, I hate the voice acting. If it's good acting, I just hate you. So yeah.
Kolar is hidden within the gloom. We must find a way to track his spirit. Roam the Frost March until we find a beast that bears his mark. Go, and
Got it. Thank you for the resources. That's why I came here. I will not do this. We're going to do side quests because I'm weak. Okay, I'm a little baby. Can't barely handle anything. Hopefully we get some cool stuff from the quests. If not, then, well, what's the point of it? Okay, let's go to this. Man, our little, void man, real talkative. He's just constantly, like, making weird, airy sounds. Did we get him, by the way, the things? I really wish they just had that feature where, like, you go to the quest.
Lord Blazefire, 1985, said voice acting nowadays has no heart.
Yes. Well, I'm not sure about that. I feel like, at least to me, I feel like quite a lot of the voice acting I've seen has been quite good. Like the, why can't I see any of these? I feel like some Zenless. I feel like I'm feeling like some Zenless. Fuck. Send it, I guess. At least if we play some Zenless, we can see if it's Zenless. Or if it's just like the internet fluctuation, which, like, if anything, Zenless should be worse. So let's see if it was Zenless. But regardless, that's brutal.
Lone Syndicate said Z's time.
Yeah. That's tough. I hope I can get that sorted so the whole week isn't just botched. I wonder what the problem is. It could just be the internet. It could be that, like, pinging thing that we're talking about. Did someone say Rivals? I want to kind of give myself a couple days to play Rivals. I haven't played it for like 3 or 4 weeks. Whenever the last time we played it was, probably 3 weeks. So I want to give myself some time. I want to give myself some time to play back, like get back into playing it. That's why I set it to like way later in the week. So at the very least, I can't. If I do fuck up and just don't play all this week, then I'm being an idiot. But yes, okay, that's synced. I pulled up Hoyo's launcher, but it's not popping up. Why? Task manager, what's happening? Why are we fighting? Why do we have so many Zenless tabs open? Weird. Okay, that's closed. Zenless. Yes. Maybe it's a PC thing. Maybe it's just like is there an update for this? No, not an update for Windows. And now it won't let me open up Zenless. So it might not be that kind of problem. It might be a PC problem. Unless it's just taking a minute. It shouldn't, though. We have nothing going on. Let's just restart our computer. Let's just do that. All right? Yeah. Cool thing is, I can restart my computer without... I should mute it for you guys or else you're going to hear clicky clacks. What is that? That's what it was. Probably some sort of thing. It said weird failed, but I think that's the executable thing for the Steam and Epic and sending it to their like crash report. That might be why we weren't able to upload Zenless or update Zenless, like load up Zenless. Sorry, is because I think it was waiting to transfer the like crash log to the devs, which is kind of probably pointless because I don't think the devs are going to patch it. I think they've kind of moved on from the game, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe not. I wonder if they ever did go through with the implementing mod support, or if they've kind of been like, nah, the community kind of already doing that. We don't need to make go over the moon and make a bunch of shit like mod tools. Although I think that's also not how it works. Again, I think you have to make a game from ground day zero to moddable, not just like now. Also, my shirt isn't gray. It's actually like a bluish green, so it looks kind of gray because the world is taking its color away from it. All right, let my PC getting back up. Yep, kick it back on. There it is. We're back. Dip-a-da-ba, dip-a-da-ba. Do 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 do. And let's let my PC say, all right, let's initiate all of the things. I did mute it, so we should be fine. Oh, but it says easier to do that than just guide you through kill all tasks. Yeah. That's also a tough one. I think what was the hanging up on is when there's a crash log and you hit send. It's like trying to tap into your internet while also trying to tap into like whatever kind of program that's gonna compress all that and send it. So yes, but that makes some sense why it's fucking up that. Get rid of Epic. Epic always pause. And this, that's coming through good. That should be coming through with that. Lovely. Renacita stuff. We'll probably try Wayfarer again. Not now, but probably like in an hour. Because I would like to see, like maybe at the very end of the stream, just so that we get some momentum. We're loading up Steam. It's going to take some time. Let's go ahead and just put some stuff on in the background. Because it's quiet AF. And I do think this will be a good chance to see if it is working. This is good. There we go. Yes, but we'll probably play Wayfarer at the end just in case we can troubleshoot it together if something's broken, but I don't want to just kind of do nothing but look at a crash log, a crash screen, for the whole stream. So, Zenless it is. Let's splash of Zenless, probably some Hangout as well. Oh, internet's still shitting itself, that didn't change. What if we put it on the lowest possible, there it is. Super, pixelated quality. Oh, it's loading up Discord still. Why can't we load up Steam? Everything is taking a millennia. God damn you, I hate it so much. I hate Oculus servers so much. It sits there and it's at the top of my goddamn bullshit and I just want to delete it. I hate it. It looks at me and I just want to purge it from this PC, but I can't. It's the only way I can record goddamn gameplay. Ugh. And nothing weird is on the Yo PC, so odd, but yes, that's that, yeah. Oh, it's got that stupid Asus thing. Let's get rid of that. Lots of bullshit. And then that too. Discord's taking a long time to connect because it's a fucking mess. It's also internet thing. Everything that's trying to tap into internet, it's just like, oh, best I can do is die. There we go. Steam's up, baby. Nice. We didn't really need Steam to be up. We maybe did, but Zenless, dude, Zenless is gonna be unplayable. I don't know why. I mean, it might have to be a podcast stream, because in hindsight, these are both very internet-heavy games, so it's looking rough. I don't have anything to talk to you about. I don't have anything insightful to say or anything nuanced or something. We can just shoot the shit for sure. Usually, I like the reason why the podcast thing works is because I've like had time to see have stuff happen, or I'm like, oh, I want to talk to y'all about this. So now I'm kind of like, react. Maybe react. Well, would that work too, Bolty? Because then we're gonna be seeing like load bars. Oh, the internet problem. I wish was just resolved, but yeah. Nothing's loading up because of shoddy internet, but that shouldn't make sense for Hoyo launcher. The Hoyo launcher should like load up. There. Okay, now it's loaded up. If I hit start game, will that start the game? Yes. Just started the game, but it's done it in a weird way to where it's not fully loaded in. There we go. Good. All right, let me wait to load in. Oh, also, of course I did this. Of course I fucking played this on mute. Volume settings. There. All right. We're in the loading screen of the game. I just don't want to show you guys it because I think it shows your email, and I don't want that to flash on the screen. It's not loading. It's just the main screen. Now it's frozen. Maybe this is how it would work if it was connected to the internet, but I thought it'd still run fine. Failed to obtain server list. Please try again. It's looking like it's a podcast stream, gang. What a fucking mess, man. Well, no room to be bummed out about it. This might be a shorter stream where we just hang out and talk about nothing, but yeah. Rip, yeah. I'm gonna go Scorched Earth, man. Yeah, I was about to say, it's also like, it's kind of like, it looks like it's reacting weird. Anyways, yeah, that's not happening. I go to my, like, task manager, and I don't see anything, like, suspicious or weird in my thing. Conflicting or so, yeah. It has been a while since I've updated my drivers, but, like, my graphics drivers, stuff like that, so maybe that's a part of it, too. Things will be running more optimally. Anywho, let's put up some random shit, and hopefully it doesn't, run like crap. And the video is going to be fine to watch. But if not, then, well, yippee. Oh, also Discord has failed to even connect, so I can't even find the old playlist that Fluff gave me. Good. Watch later. Tell me I got some good bangers in this. Not watch later, sorry. It has to be my playlist. Favorites. Pause. Alright, that's gonna be fine. The VR, it's actually something I did want to have in the background with you guys, because it looks pretty cool. It's VR stuff. I apologize, guys. I mean, it's not really my fault, but it kind of is. I could have, yeah, I mean, this is just like one of those things where your internet's just like ass. And it can only really maintain the stream, barely. But yes, I'll be right back. I gotta use the washroom, but, yeah. All right, gang. Dude, I'm gonna have to start like sabotaging the internet when it's exactly the time when the other people in my household start using it, just so they can start like, the internet's actually being a son of a bitch. So anyway, planning the downfall of this situation. Anyways, but ladies and gentlemen, how was your week? This is actually better. I kind of quite enjoy doing this a little bit more. It is a shame to the channel. The thing is named. Well, I did say 90% of this stream is going to be me being confused. So I'm a fucking prophecy seer if I don't say so myself. Yeah. Did you try Woo? I didn't try Woo. We could try Woo. I don't think it's Woo, but we could try Woo. Let's try Woo. Let Woo be the goat that can run on 0.1 internet or whatever the hell you want to call it. Woo. Go. Checking for updates. Start. Let's see. Will Woo be the unsung hero? Also, Alone did say he sent a sketch to the Discord. The only thing is, Alone, the Discord is not working on my PC. It's unable to connect. Because the internet's that barren. Again, I might be able to, like, refresh it and be like, hey, can you, like, redo this? Like, close Discord completely and then be like, alright, run it back. Just quit Discord. Open Discord again. Will it now connect? What's weirding me out is, like, theoretically, me opening up Withering Waves should be a fast process. Like, I should click open up, and then it should just struggle to ping. to the server, but it's taking a long time to then boot up. So I'm like, is there some program in the background that's like conflicting and shit? I don't know. But maybe not. Maybe it's like all based on server stuff. I don't know. Like it has to. Everything is technically online now. But let's see. Is Woowa the unsung hero? Error. Try again later. We got more errors. Yeah, Woowa is not the chosen one, unfortunately. It is also entirely not allowed, not happening. So, head back to the thing. Anyways, good call, Ray. Just test. Could have been cool comeback story. I'm cold. It's cold out here. You'll all have to tell me what Lone's art looks like, because I can't see it right now. Maybe I can go on my phone and just tap into, like, what's it called? Not the LT, whatever it's called, like the weird not internet you gotta pay for, 3G or whatever the heck it's called. Oh. Cozy sweater back on. Ooh. Damn, it was worth a try, I guess. Yes, it was. Ooh. Oh, I'm chilly. Ooh. Trying to think what I want to bring up with you guys. Not that I don't have like 1,000 things I want to tell you, but the question is, some things I kind of want to keep private. It just sucks that like so much of my life right now, man, is like weird, like entrepreneurial stuff. But I kind of want to try to keep that stuff like somewhat private, because I know it's like going to be a lot of failure on for the first little bit. But it's the only kind of thing that like that's what my day is filled with right now. It's like that, and maybe like learning some AI stuff, just like learning skills and like trying to figure out whatever the kind of businessy aspects of things I need to understand and kind of mentally prepare for. So it ends up me being like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what I should bring up and shouldn't. It also is tough because sometimes one of the things that I'm doing, which I think is really good, but it's essentially from the book Disrupt You. It's a great book. Fucking love this book to death. But it's a book basically about like entrepreneurship and stuff like that. And it basically one of the things it asks you to do is every single day try to come up with some observe a problem within the world and how that problem can then be an opportunity. Maybe you notice that like traffic is terrible in your daily life, and then you're like, okay, well maybe if we created maybe some app that like cross-referenced maybe other cars, maybe they're like all these cars have technology in them that's basically like pinging to some server for various like crash reports and stuff like that. Why don't we ask those companies to kind of all be a part of some sort of network thing that can help with better traffic mitigation, stuff like that. We could offer that service to a company, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, that's it, like at a hyper like and then kind of level. But it's funny because no matter how much you do, you'll eventually get to a point where you're just kind of like lost. Like you're like, okay, I've done this for like a month. I have kind of tapped out of my like problems that I see in my daily life. If you're anything like me, who just doesn't get out much, doesn't like have like tons of stimulus hitting him, a lot of times you're like, dude, I've ran out pretty bone dry. But it's interesting because this book even talks about this, but it's like you'll eventually start to like look at the world as if it's just a bunch of possible problems and a bunch of opportunities subsequently because of those said problems. But it's funny because like to me, I've been doing it for like almost a month and a half now, and a person says like you only need to do it for a month. But it's really cool because you start like, again, you constantly start thinking about like the world and various problems that you could maybe make some sort of dent in and solving. Not solving. It's like a very powerful assumption, but it's like, what could you theoretically do? And one of the things I was like, you know what, dude, I'm getting into this AI thing. I do think, like, I hear stories about this AI stuff that's like, hey, a person used it to be like, hey, I'm working in like commerce. Can you go and cross-reference all of the products in this category and give me the like sum total of the amount of money that I should essentially sell this for? So you're trying to get like an average of all this stuff, and then give me examples of all these things. Basically, they're making like a complex graph that like you can read and understand data from. But you can ask ChatGPT to do that, and it'll just spit out this like really like very deep like charts and all these things at you. And something that would have taken you like to hire a whole team to do, you could now do it in like seconds. I'm like, okay, that seems like a really powerful thing. And I keep coming back to the whole AI thing, is especially now that I'm starting to understand it, I'm like, oh, it's not as daunting as like, I don't even know what that is. Now I'm kind of like, no, I know what some parts of that is. that's more interesting to now do. It's not like so fish out of water. It's kind of like I've already swam before. I know I'm not going to drown, but it doesn't mean that there's not like other sharks or weird fucking fish I need to be worrying about when going to swim. Weird analogy, but it works. But what do you call it? That's one of the things. So there's come up with three opportunities every day, and then I'm starting to now tap into like ChatGPT, man, and like asking. I should stop saying ChatGPT. I don't use ChatGPT. I use Copilot, whatever the fuck is easiest to get access to right now. And I basically just am asking it the same thing of like, hey, if you were like a starting out entrepreneurial that was like trying to figure out things that they could possibly make businesses on, or some sort of thing that they could like kind of make a something they could like make a profit by or something like that, what would you suggest? And I give them the gauge of this book of like, hey, try to find opportunities and problems that people have, things like that. And dude, it just makes things so much nicer. And it's so funny because like it's never, I think people have this idea with AI where it's like, oh, it's just going to be like, you're going to copy paste its work and then you're done. Well, you're going to get caught immediately by that shit. Like, people can easily tell when, like, this is too perfect. Like, it's the same thing as AI art. Like, you almost need someone to go in there and kind of, like, jostle it about so that it doesn't look so perfect. But that's also the beauty of the tool, essentially. The idea that you can be like, okay, I'm going to take all this information as, like, a fun... like seeds for your brain, you know what I mean? Like this idea of like, okay, let me try to like take these ideas and build it up as I go, and that kind of thing. And I think that's to me like a much powerful use case, and that's kind of what I was using it for last night. And I thought that was really, really fun. And I wonder if anyone else in the chat or if anyone else like out there has actually used, like, I know Bolty, I think, has talked about how he's used some of it like that. I think Raid has maybe signaled to some capacity he's also used a little bit of it like that. But now that I'm starting to use it like that, man, it feels like kind of like using a calculator like back in school, and instead of having to do it all in your head, you know, when teachers are starting to be like, all right, fine, you can use your calculator for some things, and you're like, wow, it's so nice. So later, Lord. Sorry for the start of the stream, couldn't really pan out perfectly, but I'm having fun nevertheless. But yeah, also, by the way, I didn't mention this. This is the VR showcase, man. I am subsequently so excited. Also, by the way, I'm shocked that video I made the other day did so well. It's in at like 30k views, and we were like hard stuck at 1,000 for like a lot of the uploads, if not worse. So it's cool to see that video did well. It's kind of shitty because like sometimes I make a video and I'm like, I probably should have, like, the story could have been better. I could have done like the writing better. Like, I know that it's not like I know what I'm capable of. I could have done a better job at that. But then I'm like, I haven't uploaded a video in 2 weeks. Let me just upload this because I feel like I should just be like ghost people. But it worked out. But yeah. Also, what? No, it doesn't, Lone. Really? That's crazy. Lone says AC Shadow drops in 3 days. Did I miss like the marketing budget of that? Are you sure? Are you talking about like the old? I thought it got delayed. I feel like I would have been seeing like some sort of like content creators that were getting like paid to cover. I haven't seen anything. Maybe it's all gonna drop day one. Man, yeah, that's shocking to me if that's the case. That almost seems like yeah, I don't. Man, if you could go back in time and tell my previous self that like the two things I always wanted from the Assassin's Creed franchise were Vikings and like Japanese ninjas, essentially, like ninja shit. They delayed it a few times, but it's due. It is in 3 days. I can't even believe that, man. That seems wrong because it's like probably like a hundreds of millions of dollar game. Also, we paused. I knew that would happen. But it's like a super expensive game, I would imagine, to make. So the fact that like I haven't been hearing like I haven't even heard hype for it. But anyways, what I was going to say is, like, back in the day, to me, the Assassin's Creed that I most wanted was Egypt, for sure. It was also Vikings, and it was also ninjas, like Japan, essentially. Those three are, like, my top ones. But to me, man, like, that was through the lens of, like, Desmond's story, like the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and all the way up to Revelations kind of story. Hell, even Black Flag, I was like, okay, I'm still on board. And it kills me that we're never going to get like the Ezio formula, essentially, of like grounded combat and like deadly assassinness, maybe a little bit more on rails than people would love. I feel like Revelations did better at that. We're never going to get the version of that is like Egyptified. We're never going to get that. That's the Japanese Ronin samurai ninja vibe. It sucks because like right around Syndicate was right around when I think Ubisoft's tried to like start doing a lot of different stuff. Like I remember like there's two protagonists now. And both of them have like these different ways of being, and they have like different approaches to stuff. And I always was just like, it started to be where they started getting further away from the Assassin's Creed formula, and it kind of just became like a parody of the same game. Like at least that's what I kind of felt about it. Like even though I heard people say the great things about the Egyptian game, it still didn't look like Assassin's Creed to me. It still kind of like looked like, yeah, you can do death from aboves, but you're gonna like drop 100 pounds onto some dude's neck with a knife, and he's just gonna be like, nope, I'm 5 levels higher than you. Fuck you. And that feels weird, or like you see a person like rolling as he's getting like swept on by like 6 different enemies. They're like all just hitting him, and he's kind of like, oh. Where normally in Assassin's Creed you'd fucking like get sliced in half, or like you see blood all over your white ass clothes. And yeah, I don't know. I probably do look back at Revelations arc of like with rose-colored glasses to some extent, but I do think that's to me as like a super fan of the first couple two. That's like a bummer because again. Imagine like a grounded version. Like I thought eventually Ubisoft would like go back. Like I understand like they needed to change the game because if we just kept getting the same old, it'd be boring. But I feel like they've kind of done too much now, you know. And it sucks. It drives me nuts that they also made that fucking one game, the game with the Bazith, and they're like, "See, we did it," and people were kind of okay with it actually, but it wasn't. They didn't sell a crazy amount. And it's like, yeah, you half-assed it. You didn't do actually what people liked about it. You kind of just like, hey. Yeah, it kind of works, but you still had some of the things. I don't know, man. I think anyone who goes back and plays Brotherhood of Revelations is like, yeah, this is some bullshit. This is what it is. Again, maybe I'm fucked up. I should say Revelations. I did enjoy Connor's. Connor was like the right around the arc where Connor and Black Flag to me were right around the arc where they started to kind of be like, let's just throw shit at the wall. Let's just try shit. He turns into a fucking bird. He's got like crazy Native American sense. It's pirate ships. Half the game is pirate ships. And you're like, okay. Also, is this a Roomba? What is this? Oh, it's Breachers. Also, Lone asked a great question. He says, is anyone getting it? I am probably not. I feel like that'll be a game that I wait till like come down in price. I bought almost every single Assassin's Creed game except for the Egyptian one and the what is it called? The Egyptian one and then the what's that? Bazith one? I think that was the only other one. Those are the two that I haven't bought. And yeah, man, it's just, yeah. I don't know what to say besides it's just kind of a bummer for me, the Assassin's Creed franchise. You know what's weird? I think this is a good testament. I find the Far Cry series a little bit more palatable. Because I think it's stayed true to what it's kind of always somewhat been, except for like the first two games, like Far Cry 1 and Far Cry 2, I believe is insanely like completely different. One's like a mutant game, and then the other one's like a hardcore survival, your weapons are great and shit kind of game. Which I wouldn't mind like them going back to that, because at this point like Far Cry is at the point where I'm like, yeah, just try some new shit. And then, but the point is, this is where like I think Assassin's Creed, don't just keep trying new shit eventually. Kind of like also go back to what like made you like that. I think that's a good balance. I really want Ubisoft to come back to what they were. But I don't, and it sucks because I just don't. I feel like they've already used up. Like, let me ask you guys this: where do they go out after this? Like with Assassin's Creed, what would be like the next region location that you'd be like, holy fuck, I'm in? I feel like the only thing that they can do is like with Hexe being like super mystical shit, like not even mystical in the sense of like that, but like Connor. You know, like there was a Connor DLC where like he could turn into a fucking bird and like bear and shit. I feel like they gotta do that, but like on steroids. That's the only thing that I could feel like they could tap into is like super magical spiritual shit. You know, Apple of Eden defining all of it, or giving you like a whitelist to say, yeah, everything goes, because yeah. Also, this game we gotta play eventually. Fluff says, I mean, the lead writer that was responsible for Desmond's story left after AC3, and the series has been going very different direction ever since. Well, yeah, that's the other thing that people talk about the Assassin's Creed game is that apparently like there's like the first Assassin's Creed, and I think the second game, I thought it was the first and second. Like the guy who made it basically was like he only wanted like one game, and then Ubisoft like I think did a lot of scummy shit to like hoist him out of the role of like director and his ownership out of the game, and they took it and they made it into like a giga franchise. But it was frustrating to see like the guy who like came up with this like crazy concept. Like if you think about Assassin's Creed in general, it's like it's John Wick before John Wick. It's like such a fucking out there weird concept. And also I think like Assassin's Creed 2 to me was pretty good. But I don't know. Maybe it's that he made the first Assassin's Creed and then a new guy came in and made Assassin's Creed 2, which I think like Assassin's Creed 2 to me is a much better game. Revelations, or not Revelations, sorry, the first game is like kind of like a really cool idea, but like it takes itself way too seriously, I think. Yeah, like you die really fast, and you're like they're not letting you do anything besides be like, you know, a tiny little thin assassin guy. Whereas Ezio was like, it's fun. Let's let Ezio, let's like embody the entire ability of like a guy who is trained since childhood to be a killer. You know what I mean? And not just be like, oh god, he hit me, my body hurts. You know. Instead being like, no, you can parry every sword, you could do some crazy shit. Although Ezio was kind of a slap in the face of that too, because Ezio wasn't like trained traditionally. He was like an ancestor of an assassin, but alas. Anyways. Fluff says, after 13 years since Revelations, that's insane. It's been 13 years? No. Don't say that. Been a long time since the core formula has been used. Yeah, and again, we'll never get that, man. We'll never get that in Egypt. We'll never get that in Japan. We'll never get that in Viking, like Norse boats and shit. You know, I don't know when we'll get that. You know, it's funny though, because like to me, gameplay wise, I think the strongest gameplay in the entire series was Connor. And Connor, like Assassin's Creed 3 is where they perfected it. They completely knew exactly like how much was too much and how little is too little. And I feel like ever since then, like every assassin has gotten just fundamentally weaker, but then like kind of stronger, because like you can get like skill trees and not skill trees, like armor that like a legendary spear that's a fucking Apple of Eden spear, and it's technically gonna kill a giant ogre man, and you're like, okay, yeah. I like my tiny knife being able to enter anyone's neck and basically killing them regardless of size. But sure, big spear, go burr. The spears are cool, but yeah. Fluff says, I'm in wait and see mode for it, which says a lot. I always get AC games daily. Yeah, man, I was the same way. Except for ever since I started seeing the gameplay go more Dark Souls, I was kind of like, I'm not sure about this. And I tried Valhalla, and I didn't hate the gameplay, by the way. Like I don't mean to say like the gameplay in this is shitty. It's just not Assassin's Creed to me. It's like a different thing entirely. It's Assassin's Creed where like, or it's a different game where you can kind of like do. It's almost like a parody of Assassin's Creed where like, hey, this gameplay is kind of cool. You know what is the biggest loss in this? I think the fact that we're never gonna get another what is it called? The game that's the Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of Mordor, dude, was kind of where I wanted Assassin's Creed to go, but way too quickly. Like, dude's out here, like, zipping up to a top of a thing within, like, a split second. We already got there, but without the cool fucking magic. And instead, it's a grapple hook or some shit. But that's kind of where I wanted Assassin's Creed to go. I kind of wanted them to start getting, like, hell, that's where I want, like, fucking Far Cry to go. I want Far Cry to basically be like, hey, you're a mutant. You have a skill tree that lets you, like, jump 10 people's, or not 10 people, like 2 people's height. Just like yeet yourself in the air and like smash down into someone's skull. I want ability, like I want it to kind of turn into Far Cry. No, I want it to turn into Crysis. Sorry, I want it to turn into Crysis where you could grab a motherfucker by the neck and throw him 10 feet into spikes and just wreck that motherfucker. Instead, we get a guy who's like a dweeb who's out here like high off his mind and somehow a bulletproof god, and somehow is able to rip giant wounds out of his arm. Man, you ever think that the Resident Evil games stole the freakish healing factor that Far Cry kind of fostered? I feel like Far Cry's out here ripping off like giant like burning arrows out of his arm, wrapping 2 pieces of gauze in it and being like, I'm fine. I don't have sepsis or something horrible. And then you have the guy from Resident Evil gets his hands split down the middle and he's just like duct tape. We're good, but the whole game it's still oozing blood. And you're like, what's going on? And it makes sense. But yeah. Alone says, I want to be hyped for the AC Shadows because it's a setting I always wanted to be. Yeah, man, AC Japan. Yeah, same. You and me both. But I haven't liked the change of the game. Yeah, man. Okay, so I always was wondering if it was maybe just me, because I think the games still sell well, you know. But I think it's like man, it's also so sad because, like, to me, I think so many games, like, I think one of the reasons why the John Wick movie did so well, like the first one, is just because it did such good world building. It was like the first idea that you're just like, oh wow, there's like an organization of like a really weirdly honorable assassins that like follow a particular creed. But it's like modern day. Honestly, John Wick is probably like the modern day equivalent of like Assassin's Creed. Like if they ever wanted to make an Assassin's Creed game, you probably just follow the formula of fucking John Wick. Like it's kind of, yeah. Like we've always asked that question of like, what would what would Assassin's Creed in the modern universe be? I think it looks like John Wick. Honestly, that's fire. That's awesome. Gun kata and shit. Whew. Can you imagine that if Ubisoft made all of the right pivots and switches? Whew. Also, dude, I'm so sick of AR. I hate it. This does not look great at all. Maybe it does in like when you're wearing it, but like this idea that people are like, look at this, you can bring it into your room. And I'm like, buddy, my room is not as big as like an infinite beautiful gallery or some sort of like the penthouse suite of a beautiful hotel. I want to be there, not my fucking room. Okay? I hate the weird this to augmented reality. There's rumors that Meta are also like moving into that, so less video games and more like augmented reality shit. I don't want to burn bridges, but just like Ubisoft, I think Meta is making the wrong choices. And that's why, Lord Gaben, please set me free, and please, for the love of God, make sure you add in a capture feature to the software that records VR gameplay, please. Or records the playback of the VR gameplay, please. Fluff says, Far Cry and Assassin's Creed became heavily cannibalized for each other, and even with recent formulas changes, has remained 2 steps forward, 1 step. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah. The 2 steps forward, one step back. Yeah. Because I think that the Ubisoft had it on such a cycle that, like, I think at least to me, I always had the idea of like a sequel should take everything that worked about the first game. Maybe trim the fat, that stuff that like really nobody mentions, no one likes. Maybe trim some of that, like 10% or 30% of that, but keep the stuff that like people love, like was iconic to the thing. And then each game gets progressively better. And maybe eventually after like the three games, you eventually like take away that 30% fat that like nobody talked about, like no one was interested in it and stuff like that. But instead, Ubisoft to me I think didn't do that at all. Instead, they're like, hey, we have to have 6 games coming out. You guys all just work on different things right now. And each game had like nothing similar to the previous. Again, it always bothers me that like the what do you call it? They disbanded with like the training up your Assassin's Order feature in that game, which was like so fucking cool. And it's gone. Also, we're definitely gonna play this on stream. This is that Robo Recall made by Flat to VR Studios, which is sick. Looks like shit right now because it's on standalone, but when we play it, it'll be pretty high level, I think, or pretty high up on the graphical thing. You can zip around. Is it that? It might not be. Maybe it's not that. I think it looks similar, but maybe it's not the same game. But that is something that is coming. Yeah, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. There's like a Robo Recall thing, but this is not it. Actually, I didn't even see that one before. That one looks kind of okay. Lone says, low-key John Wick game would slap. Yeah, well, there is a game that's kind of coming out for VR. I feel like, yeah, it's interesting because like the John Wick game sounds cool, but I wonder how you would do it. It kind of, to me, it has to be like Assassin's Creed. It also makes me start thinking about the game The Darkness. It's one of my like most favorite games of all time, and it's paused. It's one of my most favorite games of all time is the Darkness series. And to me, like I remember there was this era where like I so badly wanted for there to be like an open world equivalent of X game that I loved, like that was like really small and linear. Like I remember Shadows of the Damned. I was like, please have this be like an open world game where like you're running around with Garcia Hosberry or Hosberg and like doing stuff. Same thing I thought for I would have loved to death an Assassin's Creed game. An open world game with you just mentioned it. The Darkness. The Darkness series, like having a full-on open world where like you're like a mafia person and you have to like claim territory similar to Saints Row. Like if it was a mixture of Saints Row, like conquest system of like being a gangster and taking up territory, and then The Darkness where you're a fucking demon-possessed man who's like running around first person, like consuming people and shit and powering up and like making your mafia organization that's really like fucking on some serious demon shit. That'd be awesome. It'd be so fire. Cat says, the GRINN, did your Wi-Fi ever fix itself? No, it got worse, in fact. Yeah, it's got real bad. It's not Wi-Fi, we're wired in. We're wired into the connection, but it still ain't enough. Also, Cat, are you excited for the new Assassin's Creed coming out? We were talking about that. We were just kind of, I'm shocked that I didn't even know it was out in 3 days. Like, I haven't seen any marketing for it, nothing. And I'm like, damn. Yeah. You know what game I have heard people say is, like, really good, but, like, it's just got shit on by, like, weird culture war thingies? I heard people say that Rebels game with the lady is actually pretty good. I was surprised. I heard nothing but bad things, but then I heard people saying, like, people were kind of mad at Star Wars for various reasons, and this had to be, like, this was another step what seemed like in that direction, which it might have still been. But apparently it was much less, it was actually a pretty good game, apparently. Kat says, I am not excited about the new Assassin's Creed. It just doesn't hook me. Yeah, let me ask you another question, Kat. Do you enjoy the way that the games have departed as far as, like, the traditional Assassin's Creed gameplay? So, like, we're around the Egyptian arc. Do you enjoy, like, the weirder, more floaty, like, Dark Souls-inspired kind of gameplay? I think maybe you would, because I know you like, when we were playing the other game a couple days ago, you mentioned how, like, you wanted, or when you were playing Avowed, you mentioned how you like more complexity and more risk. And I wondered if maybe the original Assassin's Creed was too simple, because you were quite deadly in that. Dude, also the side thing just popped in my head. I want to quickly say it. I remember in Assassin's Creed 3 where you played like child Connor essentially. So you're like a 14-year-old, 13-year-old. The funniest thing is though, you could like not continue the quest, like do a shit ton of side quests, and you just play like this fucking 13-year-old who's running around fucking killing people. and you're just icing people, and it was just brutal. I remember being like, that was awesome that they let you do that. But you could have like easily went to your like black dad essentially and been like, hey, train me, and you've been fine. But instead you're just like this teenager just going on a tear. This is the game that we'll probably play on stream, called Robo Recall. It will not look this shitty in when we play it, probably, because it's on running standalone, I think, right now. Also, I don't know why. Oh, we restarted our computer, so I don't think the text-to-speech is on. That's my B gang. Text-to-speech is on. I was wondering why it was an internet connection, but not now. Now we fixed it. Kat says, my favorite gameplay specific for Assassin's Creed was the style of 3 and 4 because I wasn't playing those games for combat difficulty. I was playing for the killing mechanics of an unstoppable assassin. Let's go! I agree, amen! Well, 3 is Connor and 4 is Kenway, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I feel like Kenway had a couple cool things where there's a very satisfying thing with Kenway where you jump on a ship, and when you're at endgame you have like 4 pistols and you just go up like boom, 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 boom. You're just like doing a rave in the middle of a ship, but you're just nuking people. You're like, damn, golly. Also, are you excited for any of the upcoming games, Kat? Any VR games that were shown at the new VR showcase? Fluff says, side note, with both Nightmare and Hardcore, they added challenges that unlock various cosmetics, NPCs, modes, swaps for each characters, and can play as Omni-Man. Sadly, she looks to be Nemesis. Okay. Is this for what, like a one of the beat-up games? Did I miss a chunk of this? I'm gonna miss a chunk of that. Kat says 3 had just enough difficulty with some enemies needing their guard broken and auto stopping your attack. Yeah. Also, again, to me that always makes sense because it requires you to kind of have some it's like, hey, there's some incentive for you to play assassin-y. This is why we're called assassins and not like brawlers, is because it's much more efficient to just get the assassination. If you contrast that with like the Egyptian games where like you can dive on someone's neck and you take a chunk out of their health, it's like the assassin's thing isn't as like it doesn't matter as much as you just swiping at them 10 times with the melee attack and nuking them that way, you know. Like it actually probably is more efficient if you were just to go blitz and stab a bunch of people rather than just like stabbing them in the neck. Maybe if you get a couple underlings, then you don't have to worry about them as much. But yeah. Fluff says I have the non-VR version of Robo Recall and it's great. Yeah. I did. You were one of the people who made me be like, okay, I'll give that one a go. Cat says, and a double parry animation leading to a double kill was sick, dude. Assassin's Creed back in the day always had so many cool things. You could like stab someone in the neck, like move them to the other direction as Ezio, and then like fire your pistol through them. We didn't know how good we had it. I keep saying this. Also, guys, this is the game I was like, maybe we'll play on Halloween. I also think, fuck that. We play as a tiny bear, and there's this blind girl who we have to like be her eyes, and there's of course most likely an abusive parent, where we're like, hey, there's an abusive parent beating the fuck out of our best friend blind kid, and yeah, it's like, yeah, fuck that, fuck, dude, can you imagine that right there, you're first person, you perceive you're that tiny, and then this, just this moment, that you're in a cage, you're looking up at this fucking evil fucking thing looking at you. What is that? What is that? Sorry, is that her hand? What is this? Ew. Oh. Also, we're hiding. I just fucking hate it. Yeah, maybe I take that back. Maybe we don't play it on Halloween. Maybe we say no. What we could play is Alien Isolation, the VR version of that game. I forget what it's called though. We might play that. It looks cute though. It looks like more of a movie than it does like an actual horror experience.
Balti said you still got Misside for Halloween.
I said, what's Misside? What's that again? What's Misside? I only want to play a VR game which is worse actually. Maybe we shouldn't say that. Maybe we don't want to play a VR. Yeah. Fluff says, would be neat if you could host it in VR and I could play it as a non-VR. Yeah, that might be interesting. That could be interesting. I feel like that'd be possible. Logan says, I found out why rotations get all wacky when swapping off. Oh, hit me with that. Apparently, in her kit, when you're entering the Hunter Sense gate, she swaps to the previous ally. So it's best to put your main DPS, your main DPS before her. Okay, that makes sense. Before her, yeah, I think that's what I have her on right now. I think so. Maybe we do that. Yeah.
Catman 11234 said Risk of Rain 2 has a VR mod that still allows you to do multiplayer with keyboard and mouse PC players.
Ooh, that might be sickening, but we could try it. Yeah, we could try that for sure. I probably will try Risk of Rain normal before we start adding complications. By the way, I want you guys to all know this will drastically change probably when I spend an absurd amount of money, hopefully, on headsets coming out this year.
Was referring to the newer Nightmare and Hardcore modes and challenges that unlock various cosmetics based on NPCs.
Ooh, okay. Oh, I wasn't sure if you're talking about a Mortal Kombat game. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's awesome. Oh, Omen. Sorry, my brain, because I associate Fluff with like fighter games to some extent. So I was also, yeah, they're bringing this goddamn cursed game to VR, which is Jesus. Anyways, but yeah, I thought when I seen Omen, I didn't read. My brain didn't see it as Omen. I seen it as Omni-Man. So I thought you were talking about like the Omni-Man character coming down, because I seen there was the Terminator's coming to one of these fighter games coming down the line. Anyways, not Terminator. Sorry, it was
Catman
like
11,234 said, "Have you saved up the $300,000 Canadian dollars for the Valve Deckard?"
Is that with the tariffs in? Is that with the tariffs applied? Oh, buddy, oh man, I probably mentioned it, but there's news where like Valve has a proprietary like dongle that they're shipping, or they're like is in the data mining stuff for them, which is cool, which is gonna have Wi-Fi 6 through USB, I believe, which is pretty cool. So that's awesome. But I'm also yeah. So what I was gonna say beforehand.
McFlufferkin said 2 universal skins include a Resident Evil 2 reference, Tofu Man, and 2 goblins in a trench coat.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. 2 goblins in a trench coat might go so hard. So like, are they the universal skins? 2 universal skins. Yeah, okay, yeah, you said that. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm happy that they're making universal skins too, man. I hope there's like more. Yeah. I hope they're not all jokey ones. I hope there's ones that are like, yeah, if you want to look like Darksiders guy, or if you want to look like it's like a parody of one of the other characters, that would be cool. Goblins in a trench coat is that'll be really cool. I wonder what that would go well with. Probably the poison lady. But what I was gonna say was we're probably gonna get like hyper. Like right now, I'm kind of like keeping VR at a distance because it's hard for me to experience it and play it. Like even I'm kind of debating if I want to use my like mega cool like melting plastic resource that I quite enjoy on my
McFlufferkin said the other skins are per character, 1 to 2 NPC models each. The universal skins are for all characters.
Okay, so there's like 1 or 2 new per character. Okay, I wonder if there's sorry, I wonder if there's skins for the one dude that I wanted to play, the black dude who like calls in airstrikes. I wonder if there's skins for him. It'd be pretty cool if there was. Yeah. Also, these are all the games that be coming down the pipeline. I don't know which ones we'll play. This one is interesting. The Hitman game apparently is actually really good, and it's going to be fully decked out. We could have some fun with Gorn 2, this game that I haven't played that apparently people love. Robo Recall is something we're definitely going to be playing. Slender, absolutely not. And Reaver, I don't know about that one either. Truth be told, guys, shocker, the VR space looks a little barren. Yeah. Also, Breachers looks like a Roomba. Okay, what is this? Anyways. But we can hope that our Lord and Savior Gaben... Dude, it is very weird that people love this man so much. Although it makes sense why people like him so much. But at the same time, what a monarch. You know, what a like a visual of a monarch. You know, you see all these people like Giga Jack, and there's Gabe. Gabe just doing Gabe things. But anyways, I was going to say... hopefully, they say that the Valve, the new Valve Deckard headset is going to come with 4 new demos. Well, they didn't say demos, they say games that are kind of like demos. It worries me, because I'm wondering if it's like...
McFlufferkin said, I used a save editor because I'm not about to start over in Nightmare, let alone hardcore, just for some cosmetics.
Fluff? You might need to send me that save editor at some point. I would enjoy... getting like I want to kind of get back into the game, so we'll probably grind up. But I wouldn't mind. I don't want to give myself legendaries, but I would be really cool to like have some of the stuff done, some of the characters, because that's what I don't want is like to have to level up these characters. Like I think that would be a good baseline of like we're not cheating too hard, but it's basically being like, hey, instead of grinding dungeons for 20 years to get your experience up, what if I just set all these characters to like max level, not max level, but high level, so that way we can dabble into whatever we want. Because that's like, I'm not opposed to those kind of manipulations. That's kind of why I like money cheats in the game, is because no game usually has a way to like easily make money. Like if there's a game that has like the Fable economy system, or like the Assassin's Creed 1 or 2 economy system, where like you buy up stores and then every couple hours you get residual cash. I'm doing it like the most legit, because that's capitalism, baby. That's that shit. That's that like dopamine to your brain. Paying for shit in the best way possible. It's like conquest in a way. Anyways, but I haven't seen a game like that, you know. So then money in games just becomes time. It just literally just becomes like, hey, how much do you want to like grind more?
McFlufferkin said sent.
Fucking let's go. I do think we'll probably not go too hard in the paint yet with the save editor, because I do want to kind of get back into it. But yes. We'll probably like 2 streams, then we'll get back.
Catman 11,234 said, while watching videos to collect footage for my 10 years of GRINN video, I got to the part in your Dying Light playthrough where you glitched the game and said exactly what you're saying now.
What did I say? What was I got to the part in your Dying Light playthrough where you glitched the game? Oh yeah. Oh, this is just me trying to like make excuses. Dude, there's so many times. But like I tell you guys about this weird like brain disease kind of nonsense stuff I have in my head. Not actual disease, just like a mind parasite. But like ever since I was a kid, I don't think it's normal to do this. I've been online since I was like 9 years old, watching like DSP play like BioShock playthroughs. But one of the things I always is I'm always interested in what like people have to say, so I always go like scroll down to comments and I read comments. And even when I was in high school, like every time I seen a meme, I constantly like that I kind of enjoyed, I'd go to the comments and I read. I remember my friend was always annoyed because he fucking didn't bring his phone or some shit, so he's like, let's go to the next meme or something as he's eating lunch right beside me, and I'd always be like, well, wait, I want to quickly like read the comments. So it results in like you having like a bunch of like copies of people because you've seen how people have reacted to things. So you have like almost like a monolith of like people will probably have this reaction to that, most likely some aspect of it, and then you have like 4 different types of monoliths like that, and that's kind of the vibe. But why I bring this up is because like when I was making videos when I was younger, that's also what happened. Like basically in like every split second, especially when I was making videos, I was trying to like understand what people were going to be saying or how they'd feel on certain things, which helps you when you're making guides, but also kind of makes it so that you're trying to come up with arguments before people have even said them. So you end up like doing a lot of defense kind of shit, which is not always good. Like the one thing that I wish I could go back and take away is, or like change about my previous content, Cat, is I wish so badly I just fucking calmed down. But I was such a I can't describe to you guys how I am, like only through like pure force of will, I am this kind of person like by default. Hey, like I am the most neutral. My voice doesn't have any inflection in it. My temperament is like the most relaxed and calm like temperament ever. So like to kind of be a person who can kind of be engaged and be like excited to see people, etc. I am excited to see you, but I have to like, I don't show it essentially. So I had to learn how to show it, and I had to learn how to speak as if you were trying to say something that you really wanted to say and wanted people to hear. But in the pursuit of doing that, so much of my past content, especially in the Destiny era, was me like I was so tired by school and all of these variables I just didn't understand at the time. Like I had severe I don't know what you call it, but like I get really drained by being around social experiences. Like even if I'm not talking to anybody, like if I just go to the mall and I silently walk through the mall for like 10 minutes, I'll come back home and I'll just like lay down for like 20 minutes. It's the only thing that makes me feel tired, like ever. I can run for like long ass periods of time. I can exercise for like 3 hours straight, and I'll be less drained with that than spending like a couple hours with around a bunch of people. And I don't even have to be talking to them. The fucked up thing is I love talking to people, so it's just a real fucking microcosm of nonsense. But anyways, it's one thing I could go back and tell myself is just like try to slow down, because I was so fast. Like I always was so worried I wasn't gonna be able to make my point. I talked to you guys about this a couple of days ago, but it's because I had like an insecurity that were like I didn't want people to like tune me out, so I would just get into the really bad habits of like either not saying what I was about to say. But if you're making a video, you're gonna say something. So then it resulted in me saying the thing I felt as quick as humanly possible, and then running away almost, which resulted in me like having to speak really quickly. So it's just like a lot of those previous videos, Cat. You're going back and watching them is just tough, because that's one of the things I get comments for still to this day. I still get like a ton of comments in my pop up on my phone, because that's the way I kind of like keep engaged with my community, is I'll have things pop up on my phone every now and again. A lot of times it's like a person either being like, great guy, don't let it die, or it's like, did you do like 3 lines of coke before making this video? And I'm like, no. Or it's people calling me gay, which, you know, it's a part of the course, or killing myself the whole day. But yeah, that's what you get, man. When you have like 10 years on YouTube, you get like a surprise nuke drop every couple seconds in your comments, because like you're made such a content that's all barometers of quality, to be honest. The one thing I do want to go back and like, I want to go back and unlist is the video we made on this channel of Withering Waves, because it's me being like, hey guys, we're gonna cover Withering Waves maybe, and then we just fucking nothing comes of it, and I'm just like, I hate myself. It's just a really bad like mark on the channel. The thing with like Borderlands works, even though I fucked up and I misremembered that fucking what's his name didn't die yet. But yeah, it's not like that makes sense of like, hey, this guy hasn't uploaded in a little while, let me put this out. But yes. Bolty said I'm back. What's good, Bolty? How are you, buddy? Do you think our internet's balanced out again? Let's see. I do need to grind my Zenless things, so maybe the internet has balanced out. The fucked up thing, dude, it's not even like a stormy night or day. It's not like there's no reason why my internet should be like, you know what? Nah. Just nah. It shouldn't happen. it shouldn't be having a bad time. Yeah, our Discord is still not pinging, so I assume nothing good has happened. We are still in hell. Quit Discord. Load it up again. Do it da ba 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 ba. Kat says, you asked me about VR games I'm excited for. It's probably only Gorn 2. I played one, but it has what I like in VR, which is an outlet for psychopathy. What a statement. What an absolutely S-tier statement. I was about to say, there's that one game, Hard Bullet, that looks like it'd be a good outlet for the demons in your heart and soul. No, guys, it's looking like not to happen, and it looks like we're boned. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to grind my Zenless things today. I wonder if it's like I gotta unplug my modem and plug it back in, because this has it's never been this persistent in its failure to function. And it's also, it might be, I don't think it's that we're streaming and we're doing this at the same time. It shouldn't be, at least. Well, we're trying to load into Zenless. I don't even see anything pop up besides the like TV, but like there's nothing I can click on. It's just like a fucking the image itself. Yeah, and then it locks up a little bit because it can't connect, and then it's like, fuck you, die. Oh, Kat says, you explained that you didn't mind cheating since as a content creator, it let you show more of the content without grinding. That sounds like me trying to make an excuse for, yeah, just trying to like.
McFlufferkin said might need to restart your main PC and also your modem.
Well, we tried
router.
the main PC.
Sometimes I have to do that even if our network is otherwise stable.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, it's always this weird stuff. Yeah, I did try restarting my computer. I haven't tried updating it, like new graphical cards and stuff like that. Maybe there is an update for Windows or something that I need to download as well. Who knows? But back to the VR stuff in the background. Oh, we shoot the shit. The cat says also you spend 5 minutes holding down one button to pull Excalibur out of the stone for an exotic weapon. Yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, again, to me, dude, there are moments when like the creativity with some of those previous videos. 'Cause I think I can even see how I edited it, which was like jump cutty. I seen the vision. I just didn't have like the skill to make it not cringe as much. I had the vision. Like, I think I had the ideas, but I just didn't have the understanding on how to execute them perfectly. But yeah. Kat says, I am thinking about buying Hard Bullet, but I find it hard to play VR recently since my cable is annoying the fuck out of me, and my play space is so limited because of it. Yeah, man, I feel that. That's why, like, to me. Oh, man.
Catman 11,234 said, I have yet to find a previous video of yours that I dislike, my man. I find them quite charming.
Well, that's very sweet, but I feel like if you're like, that's because I think you know me really well, Kat. I've known you for such a long time, and I think you've known me for such a long time. I could say the same thing for most of you guys, but I think like half of making something, like, it sounds kind of really corny, and I hate to say it so much like this, but if you're kind of an artist, or if you're a creator, and I think in some capacities, like, you create something, whether it's art, whether it's even if you're an engineer creating like software, whatever it is, if you create anything, in some ways I think you're an artist, and I think in a lot of ways you have to create something for somebody else. Again, some people say like you should only create for yourself, but I think that's selfish. I think like the whole point of creating anything should be to try to like have someone have a spark in their eye, have someone have a smile, have someone have like an effect or an impact on them possibly. So to me, when I think about those previous videos, like, to me, I think that's where the fun maybe not the fun. That's where like the art is, I guess, in the art of whatever you're creating. It's finding a way to like connect and resonate on a fundamental level, I think, which is, I think, is important. You know, I'm not trying to make a video for the people who kind of can put up with me. I'm trying to make a video that can kind of capture anybody and make them kind of get it. And I sometimes feel like I do that with the VR videos, where like I can tell a story about anything, and I can kind of pull you into that world even if you have no idea about that world, you know? Maybe that's being a little bit too self-aggrandizing, but I also wonder, like, this is kind of also why I debate about certain things in my head. but like I mean, also this is awful. Like this guy, like he's just going so slow, and it's just like, hurry the fuck up, man. Anyways, but yeah, I debate about certain things in my head about whether I really want to like make a video on anime. I really want to make a video on this game that I'm playing that I think would be fun, that we could do like a quick guide for, that I think would be helpful, because when I go to find guides on YouTube, they're pretty shitty. Like I have all these kind of wants, but then there's just like a limitation on time from streaming and stuff like that. I've also been thinking about it a little bit, and I kind of want to run it by you guys probably on Sunday, but I kind of talked to you guys about it now. But like I kind of had to distill the whole streaming thing a little bit. Like to me, so much of streaming to me that I enjoy is just hanging out with like the boys and talking about anything. And so many of you guys have such a unique walk of life where you guys have so much different experiences or whatever it could be, that just makes it so much more fun to like stream and hang out. But also I don't really stream with the intention of becoming like a full-time streamer who's making money doing this and all that kind of stuff. I just do it to kind of have fun hanging out. So sometimes when I find that when we stream for like long, like a whole week, and we don't really have a purpose, like, you know what I mean? Like there's sometimes when we're like, okay, there's a new game coming out, or okay, I really want to try doing this whole idea. So the whole week of streaming really feels like we're like a man on a mission. We're all like driving towards something. It's fun. But then sometimes there's weeks where we're doing like a whole week of streaming, and I feel like we're kind of just finding something to do then, like fill in the gap. And that I don't know if is like that's indicative of if you're trying to like pursue like streaming as a career. But if you're trying to pursue like you're hanging out with your friends, having the most amount of fun possible, then maybe it's not best to always stream like every consecutive week, you know. So I kind of go back and forth in my head about that, of like maybe it's better to stream. Like say if there's like, for instance, when a Skyrim comes out, or when there's a new VR game that comes out, or when maybe we do like what do you call it? Fluff gets really into like a certain HoloCure game, or Cat gets really into like another game. Maybe it's what is it called? Risk of Rain. That's like a really good example of being like, okay, that's where we could do like a whole weeks doing it, maybe even like 2 weeks doing it, but have a break in between. That's when we could go in and like fully enjoy that. And then when there's nothing happening, maybe that's a time when I could address certain things within my life that I kind of also shouldn't let slip by, you know? And maybe that's good. But then also, I don't really love that, because I know so much of streaming and is kind of like just making sure people like you're there for people. You're kind of like, hey, I'm not going to like just dip out on you for like 3 weeks, you know, and not have anything there. Granted, we've always streamed then that way though. Like we've always had Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We haven't missed a day. It'd just be less streams whenever there's not as much things to focus on. But I go back and forth on that, because I do like pattern, like creature of habit type stuff, you know? Anyways, sorry for rambling shit, guys. Whew, I need to drink water. I'm getting dehydrated. Cat says, I have yet to find thing that. As a creator of editing videos, I fully agree that I look back on on them and I cringe hard as fuck, especially because my voice permanently sounds like I'm 15. Well, dude, yeah, it's funny, Cat, because like I don't even know if I want to talk about this. Is there a way I can talk about this that's very grounded? Hypothetically, let me tell you guys a story. This is entirely false. None of the characters that I'm going to refer to ever exist, and I will not follow up on any kind of speculation on who they are. A little while back, in this story, there was a streamer. He was streaming Withering Waves. He was having a fun time. A person came into the stream and said, hey, I'm starting to make content, yada yada yada. Then the streamer said, hey, I think it's a really good idea if you try to do this mastermind program. It's an icon. The concept is very simple. It's basically you get together with 3 other content creators every week for as long as you possibly can muster it, hopefully for like 3 or 4 years. And the idea is that every single week, at least every Sunday, you come together and you basically go through your data, your analytics, you watch through each other's videos that you uploaded that week, and you try to give each other pointers on where you think they could improve things, where they disengage with the video. And if you do this week after week after week, eventually you stack up and you get like a crazy amount of good feedback, and you're all growing together, and you all can help each other adjust and pivot together. So it makes a lot of sense. The person then, in this hypothetical story, said, dude, that sounds great. We should do it together. And then I said, okay, you should do it. It was me. I'm the streamer. That's fun. This person says, hey, we should do that. And I said, okay, how about I'll think about it if you can at least do 1 month of uploading videos. So if you can like remain engaged for uploading videos, then I think this is not just a fad, because a lot of people are like, yeah, I like to do YouTube, and then they don't really do it. Or they upload one video and they're like, that was awesome, and then they're like, then life gets busy, and then they get busy, and then they don't do it. So I was like, okay, just do 1 month of doing it straight. And the fast forward, the person said that they were doing it. They said that they were continuing to do it. All that stuff. And yeah, so long story short, the person basically comes back into this random streamer's chat and says, hey, so I did it the month thing, we should do it. And the streamer gave the other person a little bit more credit, and he basically just took him at face value. The streamer eventually came to find out that the person, in fact, did not upload anything, and did not, in fact, do any of the things that he described about making content creation. Anyways, long story short, fast forward a bunch of months, he meets 3 fantastic content creators that have never uploaded any videos, not many, and a lot of them are actually beautiful, fun people, and like great people. They have like a really good talent in YouTube creation, but it seems like life can't permit that they do this. For instance, like you have to make various sacrifices when you make content. You have to kind of like make it a priority. You have to like spend 10 minutes or 20 minutes every day editing. And there's always going to be an example of you come back from work and you're really tired, and you have to sit there and edit and look at yourself for 20 minutes, talking about nonsense, and cut it out, and then make a video, and so on and so forth. Anyways, the TLDR basically is that a lot of those people, months after months, did not have videos to upload, etc. Again, fantastic people. Doesn't mean they're not working hard. Doesn't mean that it doesn't make sense that they don't have a video to upload, right? But month after month, every week you go in and join, and there's not any video really made. There's maybe like 1 or 2. So you shoot the shit a little bit. You try to help people understand what you're doing. Also, this person in the stream, who's been streaming for a long time, and who went through like a very crazy 2 years of vigorous YouTube study and shit like that, spends a lot of time explaining certain things, because these other 3 people don't have a lot of experience in YouTube, which is totally okay. TLDR, the person, one of the persons who started the group, backs out for various reasons. Another person is starting to do it, which is good, but also hasn't uploaded stuff, and has uploaded some stuff, but just hasn't continued to do it. It's the same thing of like, there's some days where like life happens and they just say like, not this week, and then you go like 4 months without uploading a video. And then there's another person who's fucking awesome. Like, they're trying their hardest out. Life's kicking them in the face the most, but they keep trying, and it's extremely cool to look at. And they're fervent about it. It's great. But ultimately, it ends in the person, one of the people, the random person, the random streamer, who was coaxed into doing this, and also who wanted to do it because he was like, hey, this is my last hurrah at like trying to make the YouTube thing like forcibly work, instead of just like doing it on the side and seeing if it pops off, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It results in him being the only one who had to coach and like train and like give as much a helpful advice. Every single week he broke down the videos that they had, and every like 8th video he uploaded got one note on it that said, hey, maybe this is where I disconnected, which he very much appreciated. But he literally stopped everything he was doing to literally give notes on all of the videos that they were giving, and like watch the entire thing almost, and give a ton of feedback, and got like one thing back for him. And then he's the last man standing, and it's like, I knew this was gonna happen. He knew this was gonna happen. And now you're sitting there like with this fucking just goddamn it face where you're like, okay. And it's, you know what the best thing is? The best thing is when you have a lot of shit going on. You're not the person who is getting much out of the events, because you're the one telling people how YouTube works and how it functions, even though this guy gave books to the other people to read, but no one read them. So instead he has to explain everything. And then the funniest part about it is what do you call it? Oh, he lost his train of thought in the story as well. Yeah, he lost his train of thought. Anyways, yes. Needless to say, they're great people. In the story, the person is they're very good people. But it is painful how it has ended. The guy said, "Hey guys, the
McFlufferkin said so a classic group project scenario."
Kind of, but the funniest part about the group project scenario is the guy's like, "Hey guys, this is the whole point of the mastermind program is that hey, it really helps if the minimum is you have to show up every Sunday." That's literally it. You just have to show up for Sunday for like an hour, maybe 20 minutes, just to show. And we each talk about the things that we're going to work on, and we try to look through each other's videos, we try to offer each other help, etc. It just turns into a kind of explaining things to people. And and maybe I'm the asshole. He's the asshole for explaining everything and thinking that, he gets asked questions. Anyways, he talks for too long. Anyways, the thing, it's again, in the story, it's very simple for the mastermind program. You show up every Sunday for an hour. Do you know how many times the guy in the story has shown up every single Sunday, regardless of what he has going on? And it's maybe even the reason why he doesn't stream on Sundays, outside of just needing a little bit of break, is because of this stupid thing, this super cool thing that he loved doing, and it was great, and they're great. And in the story, he thinks they're great. They are great. But he showed up every single time, and they showed up like 40% of the time. It's been 40% of the time. And yes. So then the man says, "Hey, let's do this. Let us meet up because this is the thing. In the story, the guy goes to the groups and he says, Hey gang, in this hypothetical situation of the streamer who we don't know, he says, hey, the whole point is that we're supposed to make a video, come to this meeting, have the other members break down the video, see where they just get disengaged, see what they liked about it, see the analytics so that they can learn what the other people are doing and what they can maybe learn from it. But for 4 months of doing this, there has been 3 videos of the people who are a part of this to show. And even though this other guy, who he don't know who he is, he's been streaming an ungodly amount more than normal, still manages to make a video every other week, if at best. Yes. When there's the amount of times not only do you come to the meeting, but the man is shocked by there is nothing to show when you come to the meeting. So the man comes up with a great idea, and he says, hey, what if we do this every month? Because it seems like every other week, you guys, it's not enough time to create content, which maybe it's not. Totally fair. So then we do something super chill, and we say, hey, how about every month? Every month we come up and say hi. We only got to do this 12 times a year. Not bad. We do this every month. That way we can have a big old long 4-hour session or whatever, break down each other's videos. Great. But it's just weird for us to come together on these Sundays and have nothing to really show about it or talk about because we're all busy and no one's doing analytical work except a couple of them. They did it. Good shout to them for doing a couple of it. But yeah, and then guess what happens when the person suggests that? Some people suggest, hey, would be great if we did it twice. So instead of every month, how about we do it once every 2 weeks? So every other week, essentially, we're going to have the Sunday meeting. Great. Guess what happens when it's the next Sunday meeting? They can't make it. They couldn't make it it's easier to make it to the Sunday. It's literally, we reduced it to not, you said, okay, I was once a month. Surely it's easy to find in a month on a Sunday to be able to make this thing. And then they're like, no, that's too much of a gap. Let's make it once every other week. And then, man, they don't show up the second week. Yay! The guy in the story has been holding this in, and he's not good at keeping secrets, but he's kept this a secret for a long time from his lovely audience. And it was really cool. He really liked the time because he got feedback when he first started. He got amazing feedback like, hey, the beginning part of your video, you speak as if I have an understanding about VR, could have been, but I don't have any understanding for it, so you should go, you should just pause and actually, like, explain to me generically what this is and means so I can kind of get on board, even if I'm not a VR fan. Great advice, great feedback. It was the only time. It was the only time that feedback was given, but it was enough to give you a wet your whistle, make you hungry for more. Anyways, the guy is still in the meetings, maybe, but we'll see. Yeah. Hypothetically, that guy is really enjoyed his time actually, but it was unfortunate that people weren't understand the level of like effort it takes to create content consistently, as well as the cost it takes within your life. You know, poor guy sounds like a pervert. Yeah, he does. Real freak. Just a real idiot, dumb freak. Worst part about it is the people who are great. Like, the people have no ill will towards the people. It's just one of those things of like, yeah, it's hard to manage, and yeah. And I will always be the last person to check out, which I was. And they were. They were the last person to check out. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for letting me ramble about this completely fabricated story. No parties are involved. No parties are connected. This is just a fabricated story that I made up right now. Not to vent. Not to say I was frustrated. Yes. Just a good old joke. Kat says, your month of streaming was good combo of long streams with purpose since you had to go. You know, for sure, Kat, but that also, like, that took it out of me. Like, that was one of the hardest things, because, like, I think I did too much. Like, I think it was just, like, I like the idea of, like, us having a goal and a directive for some week. That was great. I just think it's, like, to, like, have, like, we did, like, a year's worth of what felt like good content in like a week. You know, we could have done like the Elden Ring thing for like 3 weeks and like the next month and a half, and we would have been groovy, you know. Like, to do all that in 1 week and then it's like the next thing and the next thing. It's just like, Jesus Christ. I will not confirm or deny. It was not fluff. And it's a fake story. It's a fake story, guys. There's no connecting person ever. I mean, if he is still good at giving advice, he could be a damn good coach. I mean, people seem to get some good advice, which the advice giving is not the person who's in the story. Maybe has a background of really liking to help people with various guides, even obscure games that he is known for, possibly. Who knows? So he loves trying to help people, etc. But what he doesn't love is when turns out this guy is just the right amount of selfish, just the right amount of like, hey, if he is taking the time to watch your entire video on his Sunday and can always make the Sunday streams, and is taking the time to watch through your entire video, then giving you notes on when he disconnects is followed up by advice on what you could do to improve the disconnection, then it'd be cool if you could say, hey, thumbnail, wasn't it great? Hey, thumbnail, could have been this instead. Instead, none of that happened, and he basically got subsumed into the role of weird coach teacher, which was never the plan. Yeah. Now, he's not mad about it. He's just kind of disappointed in himself, just himself. He kind of should have probably looked into the person who suggested that they start this, who is the first person to leave, to say, like, I can't do this. And see if they in fact did do a month's worth of content, or if in fact they did just lie and say, yeah, I'm totally doing content, kind of more or less. And yeah, again, great people. Rough on that guy's ignorance part. So class group project scenario, a little bit. Except I don't want to, it's less of like, yeah, I don't know, it wasn't like we're making something together so much as it's just like, the person in the story was trying to be as helpful as possible, and I think the other people were also trying to be that, but also got caught up with their own things and lives. Not that they're bad people, just that they like kind of got caught up with, hey, I can't do these things because of life timing, as well as it's a little much to do all those things. Yes. TLDR, I did everything. What kind of story? Cat says, sorry to hear that. I had a D&D group do very similar with lack of backstory showing up or giving a shit about the... Yeah, but well, yeah, to me, it's less about like that and more about like... Nah, I shouldn't say anymore. I shouldn't say. I don't want to... These people are great people. Yeah, it's just that... to me, if I could summarize the entire thing, and I want to be fair to everyone involved, the thing I would say is nobody understands the cost of what it takes to actually make content. It takes such a long amount of time. It takes such a crazy amount of understanding, and it takes so much you need to be if you're a procrastinator, you'll never be able to do this ever. You need to be able to get you need to want something so much to want to have to bring it into existence, even though you have no understanding how to do that. Yeah, and I think that was the thing where people disregard how much work YouTube is, and also how much it takes to even make something. And perhaps it was also this person in the story's fault for telling them all about all these things like CTR and engagement strategies, when you should have the best advice for anyone who's new to starting YouTube is just upload shit. Just get it in the habit of stop trying to judge yourself so much and just output, and then walk away. And then eventually you can hone your craft. It's almost like drawing. Don't be too hard on yourself when you're drawing, because you're just trying to draw. Just get a feel for drawing. And then when you have the pattern of knowing, yeah, I've drawn consistently for 2 months now, every day, I have this in me to continue to want to do this, then you can start to optimize yourself. Then you can start looking into some of those books. And if you're kind of the person that knows within the first 2 weeks that there's something you want and you lock in, good. But it seemed like in the story, the person looking back on it, this was a bunch of people who probably shouldn't have started at the high, not even high level. This is just fervent passion for an annoying amount of detail to the point where you're basically try-harding at the maximum point. Probably a bad time. Probably if I would suggest anyone do the YouTube thing, you have to find someone who is unequivocally, they burn the boats. They're fucking all in. They are so obsessed. They're so fucking into this that they can make up ground that you've covered in 4 years in a month, which is totally possible, by the way. And they're just going crazy. Or a person who has done this enough to realize that they at least can push upload, which again is not that these people can't do. It's just that life will always impede you. Again, exercising, I have not stopped since I was 18. Same thing with YouTube. YouTube since I was 14. And it's that level of something where I decided I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it regardless of what happens. I uploaded fucking videos for ever since I was 16, all the way up until I was I think 22, which were daily. I daily uploaded for 8 years. More great, but still, that's insane. Anyways, that person in the story, I don't know why I brought myself into it. It's entirely unrelated to the thing. Grin, you sure this is an entirely hypothetical situation, Lone? And getting mad at himself too. Not one showed up. Raid says, well, I tried to pull Brant and lost the 50-50 to who? Monkey Lady? Who Monkey Lady? Monkey Lady? Does he mean Monkey Boy? I know there's a Monkey Boy in there, but Monkey Lady. Oh, she's the healer lady. Oh, Monk Lady. My brain. I'm so sorry. Why did I see Monkey? Why did I see Monk when I seen Monk? I swear to God, guys. I wish I could swap brains with you. My brain seen Monkey, not Monk. When I read that, I apologize. But at least you have. Oh my God, you have C6. Holy shit, you got that many copies. Golly. Why is there a twerking man right now with assless chaps also on screen? Raid says, I'ma be so honest, I've been turned dude out for this whole conversation. It's okay, Raid, it's okay. Oh, I'm happy you're here, buddy. That's quite the conversation to also just come back in when it's a very passionate, confusing situation. Lode says, it's okay, Raid, this story Grin was telling is all it's all lie. It's just what is a lie, but the truth. Anyways. What he says, he probably should have just let the project... Yeah, but what if the people are also very good and have potential? And you're not very good at making your worries and needs known. So instead, you help people as much as possible. And then when you get to a maximum frustration point, you then start putting your foot down and say, hey, you all need to start looking at... They need to start looking at his videos that he's uploading and giving him advice. But also, maybe it is just better to like be like, hey, gang, we should just... Again, I think the best thing to do for this is just say, hey, let's just stop meeting every Sunday and just say, hey, if you have a video, post it in our unique Discord that we're part of, and send me a link and say, like, hey, could you give me some notes on my video? And that's be it. I could do that whenever I had time, and it would be great. We could all do that, and that way we wouldn't have to like fucking carve out an hour every week, which is kind of a pain, dude. A week every week for fucking... This is the most consistent thing I've had in my life for like a long time. Jesus Christ. For like, for like 2 months, 3 months, every Sunday in the story with this guy. He's had to show up every week at 6 p.m., which is right before, eat supper, all that kind of stuff, to do this. Yeah. He probably should just let the property... Kat says, well, the main person in this hypothetical story, I imagine, finds it quite hard on people, and they're very hard working and like being... Well, yes, it's also hard because they're like, you're working with people who are unequivocally good, but are like a great, like fantastic. In this story, they haven't said a negative thing about the person, but they're all not like invested in it. It seems like they're... How do I put it? They like the... I feel it's like in the story, they like the idea. They like the idea of it, like being a YouTuber and like doing that, but the level of like effort required to do it, and the time investment is something that they haven't been able to either cope with the fact that they're like, it's not worth it. Like I can't make this worth it, And there's ways around the time thing. You can like work a job and then get money and then pay an editor, and now you have like most of your time back. Yeah. And then Kat says something that's probably the most correct, but I don't want to say it because it makes me feel like I have it's like an ego about it. But Kat says, so they probably felt a duty to the other, or so. Exactly. It's kind of felt like if someone is looking at you for advice and help, you want to give as much advice and help as possible. And if they're good people to boot, then that's great. Even if you're not getting taken care of, you can't quite justify abandoning somebody who is unequivocally, seemingly a good person alongside somebody who is not treating you necessarily poorly, just not fairly, it seems. And yes, I don't like throwing people away. Camp Fluff says, if the person to struggle suggested this idea has the one that bailed first. Yes, but this is a tough thing. Sometimes the person who bailed comes up with a really good excuse, like monetary needs, so they have to pursue a job that takes them away from YouTube, or making a video. Again, you don't have to make a complex video, so they are kind of trying to do that with shorts. Yeah. Anyways, again, this is the other issue, is that like it's a ship that's going neutral, and if not neutral, slowly. It also irks the guy that he can show up every Sunday, but they can't. That's a real big vengeful frustration. Fluff says the person to suggest this idea do it from the start. Fluff says a Discord behaving yet. Ooh, yeah, we can see that. We could see. Discord, it is up. All right, good. First, let's see what Lone was cooking. This is Lone's pulchra art. Uh-oh. Well, it's loading. Kind of. Yeah. It's giving me one of these. Here's hoping we can look at it on the stream. If not, we're going to get flashbanged. It's giving me one of these, gang. Link should work. Before we completely get biffed, let me... Nope. Son bitch. I just switched over to Fluff's message, and I can't... It's like everything is just like gray with like nodes. Like it hasn't loaded. Could I like click? Would restore do it? Could I refresh Discord? Probably not. You assume it would like auto refresh. Yeah. It's looking like, guys, this is gonna be a stream. Probably hang out for a little bit longer, but let's. Yeah. What a botch job on my behalf. Thank you for letting me vent, by the way. Thank you for letting me vent, by the way. A cat says, so Bolty. Oh, I should probably hit play on this nonsense. So Bolty, maybe he should have let it die guitar riff. As the credits go. Very good comment. Lone says, just tried Evelyn's new gear on Hollow Zero, and man, the damage was insane. Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah, Evelyn, I was doing the same thing yesterday.
Said it is only a sketch. Catman 11,234 said Lone has created some fun bags, some large friends, a double whammy, some Don Honkabaroos, some huge melons, or so they say.
So this is not a proportioned accurate pulchra. This is a fantasy enthralled hyper estrogen level pulchra. Cat, I have a PhD. The SpongeBob meme. Flip says, regardless, they stated, hey, this may be the bad idea to jump into right now. I need to focus on other things. In my meantime, let's not waste time for now. Yeah, I mean, they kind of did say that in some way. They kind of were like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make content for a while, things like that. Because of various things, and yes, it's just one of the things I'm trying not to again, on the one chance that people see this, the people who I'm a part of this weird thing with, I don't want to make them feel bad or like even I think they're great. Again, I don't want to do that. So, but there are things that happen in not in a microcosm, like things that add up. Like maybe it's consistently every week having like people not having videos to show after like 3 months, etc. Or like I shouldn't say 3 months, but it didn't take that long to make a video, anything. Yeah, so like it's things like that, or like week after week, where things kind of build up to me where it seems like they're just not prioritizing this, or maybe they're overbuilding this up in their head of like trying to make the best video possible, and it's like, yeah, but if your best video possible, it takes 4 months to make. That's tough, man. Unless you're like a weird hyper big YouTuber, people can validate that, but otherwise, whoo. But we'll put this to rest, yeah. But the TLDR is just that there's a lot of other things that happen in a microcosm that like made this just me want to be like, I want these people to succeed, but I don't think we can probably do it together. Again, I'm totally down if anyone, if they wanted to like message me on Discord and be like, hey, can you break down my video and give me pointers and tips? Great, and I'd hopefully be able to do that with them. But yeah. And there has been like, again, they're good people. There's people who give me actual advice at some points and stuff like that. Yeah. And also, I shouldn't be too fair to the person in the story. Shouldn't be too kind to themselves. There was a point where like they were very interested in analytical data and getting crazy with it, and now they've kind of started to step back in pursuit of streaming and other business stuff. So they're not as into it as they were. So it's not like they were all in either. They were probably. Well, the point is that it wasn't supposed to be all in. It was just supposed to meet the bare minimum of show up and have something to show. Anyways, back up. Fluff says, so your upload seems fine, then just the download, which is odd, can send signs out relatively stable but not receive. Yeah. Hope I don't get a virus or some shit that's like pinging. I heard about a virus the other day that like a person, it only activated whenever they were like their computer went into sleep mode, and it basically just mined Bitcoin, but it was like it wasn't like evil. It didn't seem like it was just like basically using a bunch of people to like mine Bitcoin when their PC was around. I mean, it's still gonna tax your PC over time probably, but I just thought it was a hack that wasn't as malicious as it could have otherwise been. And I wonder if we can track like network stuff. Now I don't see anything yet. When I click on network stuff, I don't see anything that pops up and it's like, hey, this is sucking up all of your MBPs or whatever it's called. I'm not sure if you can see that through Task Manager, but that's where I'm looking. But yes, I could like I guess find some weird stuff to throw in the background. Does this work, or is this going to have Hopefully this doesn't have a... I don't know why background footage to me is totally fine, but like as soon as there's a guy who just shows up, like a face, I'm like, I get distracted. So I'm like, there's a person to look at, you know? Also, it's not loading. It's so tough. Lone says, also, the sketch with Pulchra is only a headshot starting off simple. Ooh, okay. Not gonna lie, those are SSS class bazongo. Bazongos, though. It's such a fucked up way to describe titties, man. Ugh. S-rank melons. I don't know if my S-rank melons are the same as your S-rank melons. You know what I mean? I don't always think more is better. Cat says, if you know this hypothetical person in the story, you could tell them that they make and have made great videos all through their own study and effort, which is something to acclaim. Yes. Fluff says, could be Fluff says, could be bandwidth being screwed up. A spread test is the simplest way to check it. What's a spread test? Is this like the internet speed thing? Let me see if we do it. I'm just gonna try that just in general, see what the hell the whole thing is. Let's go. Internet speed test, go. Tis running. Run speed test. We have 65 megabytes per second, 70 megabytes per second download. We have 9.4 megabits per second. I think it was bits also beforehand. Yeah, it's a 73.0 download, but it's 73.0 Mbps download, and we have 8 Mbps upload. More like 9 Mbps upload. What that means? I don't know, dude. Fluff, all I remember is that one time I told Fluff was like, how much internet do you have? And I said a number. And he's like, oh, that's totally enough. And he misunderstood. I maybe might have mistyped. But it was like a megabytes or megabits or mini bits. I don't know what the fuck the equivalent is. But it's like, he thought it was a bigger one. It was a smaller one. It was a much smaller one. Also, I know it's probably like the fucking worst goddamn internet ever. Raid says, hey, late, was busy with Monster Hunter. Mo, you making some mods, or are you just testing some mods? We've had a horrible go of it with our internet, Red. It was not a bad stream to miss a lot of. Although we had some great conversations, to be fair. I could link here since chat seems to work for you. Even if you just Discord message me after it, that would be good, because then I could just test it then. But I'd have to type in the link because I can't access this because I'm on a different computer, and then this is my other computer. I haven't tried this computer, although I can already tell that like I'm in the orange for my we have this whole throughout this entire stream we've had 14,000 frames dropped throughout the course of it. So, yeah, rough. That says MB is megabytes. MB is capital MB is megabytes. That's so weird. Then megabits is just MB with a lower capital B. What the fuck? Just call it something else, I guess. That's so weird. One is clearly not mega. Okay, one is like, it's like calling it like mega salt or something. It's still salt. It's still tiny little granule salt. Just testing. I may make a mod in the future when the tools are more developed. Ooh, that'd be cool. I wonder what you'll create. Bytes are bigger than bits? Really? Oh, yeah, no, I know. Yeah, bytes. Yeah. Megabytes. Megabits. Little bits. It's just weird to have something like as a mega and then it'd be like, it's like mega small. You have a really mega small dong. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? What are you talking about?
Lone Syndicate said I prefer the term calcium cannons, but you guys' names are good as well.
Calcium
G
cannons.
Red said, heyo, late, was busy with Monster Hunter mod testing.
Yeah, that's also, yeah, it's a delayed, it's like Fluff was saying, like the input, like things coming inwards is just tanked. Fluff says they use the same term as giga. Oh, am I not saying? Is it not? No, it's yeah. Gigabytes, gigabits, kilobytes, kilobit. You know, it's just odd to me. It's just I don't know why it's bits. It shouldn't be called bits. Anyways, I'm talking nonsense. But, ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't a very long. Actually, it was not bad. 3 hours almost. It's not terrible. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, we riffed for a long time, and we had my body, sorry. We had a bunch of great conversations. I pulled something in my arm the other day, but I still will try to work out today. Or not the other day, a couple weeks ago, but it's okay. It's not pinching, I just gotta be careful with it. But I am off to go exercise, reset my modem, other thing, and then another thing. But yes. But yes. Everybody, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm so sorry for the state of the stream. I appreciate everyone who hanged in there and just enjoyed it for what it was, for what it could be, I should say. Tomorrow I'll try to get things sorted. Again, it's one of the few things that like makes me seethe, but I can't really adjust it because I live with family, etc. As much as I want to make an argument for them, it's not fair for me to do that when they're also like super busy and it's been trying times for everybody. So I'm not gonna make a big fuss about it, but I would hope it gets better soon. Or me having to intervene just by buying internet, which is tough because I don't really make a lot of money from YouTube, and hopefully these entrepreneurial things can get better, and then I can do something like that. But until then, it's kind of me just treading water. But alas, I still had a lot of fun with you guys today. Hopefully I can see you guys tomorrow. We'll try to play Wayfair. I'll probably, I don't want to say too much, but I'll try to like play it again tonight and try to get an understanding for it. I was going to try to do that today, just kind of get back in the groove of things, but I wasn't really able, and I don't want to make that today and tomorrow's stream of like being lost. So I'll probably try to do that. Thank you guys so much for your time. Hope I can see you again. I hope I get this stuff sorted by tomorrow. If not, forgive me. This might just be like a bastardized week of streaming, but fingers crossed it was just a hiccup in the week. I hope so. Anyways, regardless, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Please take care, and goodbye for now, my friends.